Oh, hey, everybody. Anyone who's jumped in. I don't know if anyone has yet. 4 people are watching. Hey, everyone. All 4 of you. It's subscriber watch right now. It was 69,406, but I lost 5, apparently. Now I'm at 69,401. Let's see if it'll show. But I figured go live, see if we can get that to cross over to 69,420 while we're sitting here hanging out. If anyone wants to join on the way that we do, here's the link. I dropped it in the comments, in the live comment. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here and read your guys' comments because why not, right? It's a Monday. The kids are going to bed right now. I asked my wife if I could come do this if she would put the kids to bed, and she agreed. So thanks, honey. This one's for her. She's taking one for the team. But yeah, do you guys think I can hit 69,420 subscribers tonight? I hope so. I kind of wish I could put the count up here on the screen, like a live watch of it. All right. Hey, Ryan, what's your favorite tacos in San Diego? Asks Gray M. You know, if you're in San Diego, you probably already know this, but everyone has like their local little taco shops. I don't sit there and think like, oh, this one place in San Diego has the best. When I want tacos, I go to the local place. You know, it's not about like one being the best or the worst. It's about getting the exact taco that you're craving in the moment that you're craving it. Get my mic in a better position there. That sounds better, right? Doesn't sound so hollow. Oh, Robert's here. Hey, Robert.
Hey, Ryan. How you doing? How was your trip?
My trip was really good. I'm happy to be home. So far, I don't have COVID, so that's nice.
You're following quarantine rules, huh?
Well, you know, I got on 4 airplanes to go film guitar videos, so anything could have happened in between. You know, I really won't know, and for like a week and a half or something like that, I'm sure. But
yeah, something like that. I actually go in for my second shot tomorrow.
Oh, nice. I wish I was getting the shots. That would free me up to be able to do so much stuff.
Yeah, my work is generating a lot of that, so
yeah,
I have to do some traveling here before too long. So with the government, so the government is doing it.
I don't have to travel. I just want to travel. And I just want to be able to feel like, oh yeah, I can just go do stuff now. All right.
Yeah, I'll be going to Hawaii though.
Sassy Cat here, as Sassafras Cat.
Hey, Sassy.
He's in the.
How's it going?
He's under a warming light at Arby's, I think.
It's cold here. What do you expect?
Oh, is that like a heat lamp sort of thing?
It is.
It's mood lighting.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There you go.
There we go. I was joking about the heat lamp, but me.
Hey, you were here in Kansas a couple of days ago. You know what the temperatures were like.
I didn't know you were in Kansas. Yeah, I was there. I thought it was pretty. I liked being in the snow for 2 days and then leaving.
Yeah, rub it in.
It's been awful.
I miss Tampa terribly.
The weather is just foul here. Like some days is partially cloudy instead of fully sunny, and I don't know what to do with it.
Well, we had some pretty good rain last week.
Yeah, but you know, when you live in San Diego, like any little bit amount of weather is like, oh wow, finally, oh cool, it's raining. I'm gonna sit and look out the window and watch it. You know, it's not the inconvenience that most people find it to be.
I was up in Apple Valley. What was it, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? And it was cold, and there was snow all around the foothills and stuff, but nothing actually on the ground where I was. But looked pretty though.
Well, it was funny. The weekend before I headed out to Kansas, it snowed a little bit in our local mountains here, and I got all the kids and the wife in the car, and we drove up before it started snowing, and we got to watch the first snow start to fall up in our mountains, which was fun. And then a few days later, I'm on a plane in Kansas.
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook, and
Yeah.
something that was kind of weird. There was smoke in the background or something like that. What was going on there?
The Forest Service was doing a controlled burn in the area to prevent wildfires and stuff in the future, which is smart. And it made sense for them to do it right before we get like a 3-day rain thing happening, so the weather can just put it all out. But they were doing little spot fires here and stuff here and there. Should I sit and wait until I hit 420? Now it seems like it stalled out at 69,401.
All we have to do is do a big shout out. Come on, everybody, get your friends involved.
Yeah, everyone go tell your friends. Get on the social medias and tell them I need 19 more subscribers to hit 420. It scared me early because it jumped from 400 even up to 406. I was like, oh shoot, I gotta get on a live video right now or I'm gonna miss it. Now it's backtracking.
Hey.
Hello.
I like your flag back there.
Yep. My makeshift. What do you call it? I don't know, man. My mind is blanking tonight.
It's all right.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Glad to see it. How long would you say you've been listening?
Probably about a year.
That's long.
Yeah.
I'll count that as long.
You guys are talking about your weather. I live in Minnesota, so
I'm you're definitely out there making snowmen.
Oh yeah, I'm writing my name in the snow. I'm doing all that. Let's see. 69 420 button. Yeah.
I want YouTube to send me out a little plaque that says 69 420.
I think they should. I'm sure they did that for.
What you going to do at 70,000?
I mean, that's around the corner. I feel like 69 420 is the one to celebrate, and then 70 is just going to slip on by. I probably, unless I can think of another fun number, I'm probably just going to do screen grabs when I hit the next, 10, like the 70, 80, 90 sort of thing. And then 100. Of course, I'm going to do a big 100. But I felt like this was the last like fun number before hitting 100. But maybe because this number is so fun because of sex and drugs, apparently.
And rock and roll.
When I eventually get that 100K plaque from YouTube, I'll scratch it out and I'll write in 69 420 because that's the real number to celebrate. Sassy's back under the heat lamp.
Sassy's back.
I'm going to drop the link again.
Toasty.
Anyone that wants to jump in. Oh my gosh. Oh, that would take, I don't know if I'll ever hit that. Nick Wart says, can't wait for 420, 420. Or, I mean,
you never know.
Multitudes of 69 I can do too. What other numbers are funny? Those are the two funniest numbers.
Yeah, they
This
are.
is and drugs. And then what's left after that?
69.
Yeah, things are.
Calculator numbers. But
Oh, yeah. 8,008.
Yeah.
It's boob. Yeah.
Well, if I do 80,000 and 85 be boobs. That will be the next special number is the boob subscriber count.
Okay. Yep. Boobs.
Oh, and if we want to get fancy, Jackson Deuce just reminded me we could put the 3 in there for an E, so it'd be boobies. The 1 E. So man, 8 million. I'm never gonna hit 8 million. But if I do hit 8 million, I'm not gonna celebrate 8 million. I'm gonna celebrate boobies. Some sort of like countdowns would be fun, like a countdown from 6 or whatever, like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When I hit that number, that's fun. I don't know. Sassy Cat always in and out.
Sassy Cat needs to get better internet.
Seriously, let's all get together and like go dig ditches in front of Sassy's house and lay fiber optic cables. I was going to say we could donate to him, but then I realized that might not be the issue. It might just be internet in the area. All right, we got a real question. It looks like a long one to read. Eric asks, Ryan, I just scaled back from a 15-pedal rig to just an EQ, OD, and a Topanga. If you had to scale back to 3 pedals, what would they be? I'd love to hear from the Peanut Gallery as well, of course. And Noah is joining, and Sassy has rejoined. So 3 pedals.
Third time's a charm.
If I have to scale back to 3 pedals, I'm probably going to include the Surfy Bear as one because I love that spring reverb. A DoD 250 because it's versatile and I love it. And then I'd probably go for a delay. So maybe like a DD8 or something like that. A simple delay with a few extra options. What do you guys think? 3 pedals.
It's hard because
I still have to put a
3
board
pedals.
like because you could do without necessarily the overdrive if your amp just has a decent overdrive to it.
Mm-hmm.
And for some degree the EQ, but I understand the shaping qualities as well.
EQ is such an EQ pedal is such a specific like tone shaping thing.
Right,
I feel like
exactly.
I can get away without having an EQ most of the time, but if you need it, you need it.
Mm-hmm.
Question: are we assuming that there is tremolo and reverb on the amp already?
Right.
Well, I'd still probably stick with the Surfy Bear because I need that surfy reverb. But I think we'll just assume that your amp is your amp. Whatever it comes with your amp is part of it. So if you have a Katana or some other modeling amp and it's chock full of stuff, then you can get away with a lot more, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know if modeling amp should count in this because I mean, with a decent with a one with a lot of features, you don't really need anything. But except for to get a better sound, in my opinion. But I'm not a modeling amp guy. You still need pedals.
When you have like a full modeling amp, like even when I've used the Katana live, I still run a pedal board into it. There's something nice about having the extra options that you get with pedals, Yeah,
the quick on and off instead of having to dial in what you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. And also when you get a modeling amp, even if it's super advanced, it doesn't have everything. No. And there's certain pedals that do things that are so, esoteric and, just minuscule in what they do. Like you can't get the same thing out of a pre-programmed patch on an amp or even
of course,
or something like that.
Yeah.
Like every time Earthquaker Devices comes out with the pedal, it's like, well, my line 6 doesn't do that.
Very much.
What you gotta have is that whatever DoD that you hate. Gotta have that.
The flashback fuzz.
Yeah.
It's got to be on every modeling amp from now on.
What's going to be crazy is some point in the future, there's going to be modeling amps and like pod units and stuff like that start to reference other modeling units. Like it'll have some famous model from a Fractal on it or something like that. It'll be like, oh, here's that zoom patch that you miss on the new Line 6 Pod XXXT Go or whatever model they come out with next, and that'll be when it's like the snake starts eating its tail.
The Aburus or whatever that is, the official name of that is.
Right, yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I know it. I know I can see part of the word in my head, and I don't know how to pronounce it either.
Yeah. Or.
Any other good questions up around here?
Oh wow, the dictionary said Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
Yeah,
like
according to dictionary.com's pronunciation.
Rick Calhoun says, "Bring back the wheel pedals at the 100,000 subscriber mark." That's not the worst idea. But I don't. The problem with the wheel of pedals. Were you guys around when we were doing wheels of pedals?
No.
So we did this thing for a couple of years where people would mail us a pedal, and there was like
no, I watched some of those. Yeah.
There's a price range it had to land in to be acceptable. So they would mail us a pedal, and then we would spin a wheel on my phone app, and we would replace a rack of pedals that had 10 pedals on it. And so you were taking a chance to win like a random one out of 10 pedals. And sometimes there'd be something really good on there. Like I got Strymon to send me a flint, and we had a flint on the wheel of pedals for a while. So people started sending in stuff like crazy to try and win it. But it just became a big headache to keep organized, and to reship everything, like return ship everything.
Oh, yeah.
And like it kind of just started to wane off. Like we weren't getting a lot of them in. So we retired the program. So maybe not do a wheel of pedals where people send us stuff for 100,000, but maybe get companies to donate. And
everyone would love that.
How do we select who gets to win though? Like it'd have to be some kind of raffle or lottery or something like that. But then it gets dicey if we start charging people to.
Right. Yeah. You get into weird kind of lottery laws.
Exactly. What I think we have to do is to have a contest to find 10 winners, and then we do the wheel to the 10 winners.
Well, you can steal what Josh does on his pedal show, where he has a trivia question and the first person to answer it.
Yeah, trivia. So if you answer the trivia question, then you
get your name put into the.
Yeah, then you're eligible for the wheel. And that's a good way to generate interest, and people will watch because they want to answer the question so that they can do the wheel.
You can even make it trivia about 60 cycle hum.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, were you listening to, episode 74 from the first year and a half that we did this? Like,
are you one of 3 people? No.
Yeah.
There was a contest about how many people or how many videos did friends of mine show up, or how many of my friends showed up at one of the NAMM shows that you had. You had to count.
Oh, yeah. That one was crazy. I got really tired of doing the contest where I'd have to go back and read all the comments and find the first person who guessed the right amount.
Right.
Like that. It was like, wow, this contest sounded good in my head when I came up with it, but man, it's a lot of work on the back end.
Yeah, at least YouTube now has a system where you can look up a specific thing in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I like your idea about
I could search for the right answer, and then it would show me the comments that have it. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, 10 trivia questions, 10 entries, wheel of 10, have a pedal on each one, and you spin it to find out which one of the 10 get what.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to be a trivia host back in the day. So
the tricky part there is accurately collecting everyone's mailing address after the fact.
Yeah, that is always. But I mean, it's kind of a if you don't send it, TS. I mean, like
right. But then how do we guarantee? How are we sure that it's the person who won sending their address and it's not just some random?
Right. There's
probably join your Patreon page.
Right.
Oh, hey, I'm the guy who won the most expensive thing from the wheel of pedals. Here's my address. Send it right away.
No, yeah, I don't even think Josh has figured that out on JHS, because he's like, come on, guys, stop doing this. Like,
I should probably just ask him, like, hey, Josh, how do you do this?
Yeah. Oh, I missed the first 5 minutes, but if you didn't talk about this already, your JHS show with Josh was really fun to watch. The 2-hour drip.
Oh my gosh. It was fun to watch. I know, because I watched it again. I watched it the first time after being in it, immediately after getting back to my hotel room. I was like, yes, this was fun. I was reading everyone's comments, but it was more fun to be in it. Like it was wild. It's Man, it was a ton of fun. I'll say that. Like, as you know, I do YouTube because I'm, started out as a fan of this stuff. So to be able to be on like a really well put together show like that, and get to hang out with people that I like hanging out with anyway. So I usually hang out with them at NAMM and whatnot, was just a total blast off. I had such a great time.
So how did they how big is that room that they're in?
Oh man, I've got to figure out like a way to describe how big it is.
Because it looks like they're actually like distancing themselves, probably not necessarily because of COVID, but just for like sound mix too.
All the people who work there work together every day. There's
exactly.
There's like 4 people who work in that room, and the rule is no one in the video room has to wear a mask, which makes sense. You're on video. So once you're going maskless, it doesn't matter anymore. But once you step outside of that room in the building, it's mask time. Everyone else in the building is masked, and you've got to put your mask back on too. So I feel like they're being pretty responsible in that direction, doing the work that they need to do. The room itself, I'm trying to think of how I'd call out the dimension. It's decently big. It's a sort of room where like you could imagine it being like a call center and there being like 15, 20 people working in their desks sort of. I'd probably call it out as like at like 20 by 30.
Okay.
Something like that. It's a big room. I was surprised because when you see it on the channel, it's like you're seeing Josh with the wall behind him and you don't get any scope of how far that goes. Like I always assumed that he was kind of in a corner like this, and then it was like a square shaped room or something like that. But no, it's decently a big room.
I mean, having 4 people in there it made it somehow made it seem so much bigger.
No, it's still big. Like there's 4 people in there, a drum kit, multiple tables, and there's still plenty of room to like walk around. Like you could have a big party in that room.
Right.
I'd say it's like about the size of like a small dive bar.
Okay. Yeah.
Trying to figure out.
Well, then again, I mean, so I'm from Wisconsin, and there they will have bars that are literally just 2 trailers put together.
Well, we're back up to 406 now.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. We've also got 2 people waiting to come in. So cheeky. I'm not totally.
It's so cheeky. Yeah, so cheeky. Sort of around there. Yeah.
And then we've got Moss. Hey, Moss.
Ooh.
Someone has got.
Moss is in his blue period.
Sassy was here to be in red. I think one of you has your speakers on. You got to have headphones.
That's
I think that's one of them. I think that was an issue.
I think that's both of them, actually.
No. Oh, maybe. Let's test it now. No, I think it's one of you guys, but you're all wearing headphones, so I don't know what's up. It might just be some sort of echo. Sorry. I don't remember how to pronounce their name.
Slow Chicky.
Slow Chicky.
So like a chick, hey you there, Chicky, and then slow.
Right. So Chicky. Okay. Poo Ninja asks, Ryan, did they get you barbecue? They did not get me barbecue. I went out and got barbecue.
Okay. At least you got some. Where'd you go?
Joe's.
Okay.
KC Joe's.
My piano player in my band's from KC, and so his favorite is Gates, but
people said Gates a lot. It's one of those things like I wish I could have tried them all, at least like 3, like get a beat on what's going on by trying 3. I was a little bit disappointed in the one that I got just because it felt like the ribs had been out of the smoker for quite a while, and they had gone beyond resting. And I'm used to cooking ribs at home and then basically being like a water balloon. like you cut it and it just starts, spraying juices everywhere because it's so moist, So that element was a little bit of a bummer. I really like the seasoning. Like when I cook ribs, I don't do seasoning on it. So the whole like dry rub thing was a fun experience.
Yeah, and then their barbecue sauce is very much a vinegar based barbecue sauce, which I had to grow to like, but now that I do, I really love it.
When I do sauce at home, I very rarely do sauce, but when I have sauce alongside my barbecue, I'll take like KC Masterpiece and I'll actually cut it with vinegar to be like watery, and it's more like a quick dip into that instead of like
an au jus.
Yeah, exactly, like an au jus instead of it being a thick glob.
Yeah, that's the way we do our more of a molasses based.
Yeah,
that's thick. You can practically eat it with a spoon.
Before I had a smoker, that's how I would cook my ribs. I'd do them in the oven, and I would just like sit there and glaze them, and get them like candied. But yeah,
practically, you can practically eat it with a spoon.
Look at that mustache. Before I had a smoker, that's how I would cook my ribs. Gotta mute you. You gotta put on headphones or turn off your speakers.
And that's like a good one.
It's a big healthy wave when you're ready to go, Tom, and I'll unmute you.
That is quite the mustache.
Yep.
Yeah. No,
I mean, I have a pretty good one, but that is a.
Yeah. And how do you feel now that someone is threatening your facial hair dominance?
I'm okay.
There, you're all good. We got headphones, speakers are off. Nice mustache, Tom.
You dethrone me from the best mustache.
I tried to do what's it called?
Handlebar.
The handlebar mustache.
Oh yeah.
And I own like a thing of wax now because I did it for like half a year or something like that before I was doing videos and whatnot. And I just got tired of it. I got tired of the edges like drooping down in my mouth and stuff like that. And it's a commitment. Like that's a serious thing to keep going, is the handlebar mustache. No joke.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the mustache thing, but my beard is too blonde to show up. So
I thought it was just a young thing.
My beard and especially my mustache used to be very light and blonde and thinner, a lot thinner than this. I had a very typical early teenage beard for a while, but just over time it just keeps getting thicker and darker. Like eventually it's just I'm gonna have a jet black beard over here.
I have the opposite problem. Mine's getting blonder and blonder as I get older.
We're turning into each other. Well, let's check back in 15 years.
Well, I feel so sorry for your hairline.
I'm not very vain. If I went bald, I'd probably be fine with it.
Yeah.
Let's say it's much easier in the morning, right?
You save so much money on haircuts.
I've been bald before, and personally, it just doesn't look good on me.
Well, yeah.
I was trying to process that. Like, wow, the Rogaine really worked for you. And then I realized, you were probably shaving your
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, don't knock it. Don't knock it. I do it every morning. I do it with an electric razor on top as long as I do the hair too.
Before I was dating my wife, I would cut my own hair and I would just buzz it. And I had this short, buzzed hair. It wasn't skin buzzed, but it was short. Yeah. And I forget where I was going with that. Yeah, I started with my wife, and she's like, "No, you're not allowed to do that anymore." Oh, where I was going is it was so convenient, and I would totally be fine with just shaving it or buzzing it all the way down or something like that. It's just, oh man,
I really do miss my pompadour though. When I was a high schooler, and I just had a nice big old jet black pompadour.
You just got to do the 90s male pattern thing and just pomp it on the sides. Just get that thick George Costanza on the sides,
I look like a Chinese dictator at that
point. It's weird to watch movies from the 70s and the early 80s where big hair was such a thing, and it didn't matter if you were bald, just make it as big as you can on the side. Boosh, down over your ears, onto your shoulders, like, and you could still be like fashionable doing it that way.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing I'm going for right now.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That looks great.
Perfect representation of what I'm talking about there. He's done this before.
If it was orange, there's a name for that.
No, that was. I just happen to have my like neck pillow right within camera reach. So
And I gotta say, flying again after a year of not flying, I have no butt. Like, I don't know if you can see that. Like,
no, we can't, and that's the problem.
there's no.
Don't put yourself
there.
down like that.
Like, I had two 2-hour flights in a row to get from San Diego to Kansas.
Okay.
By the middle, I'm talking an hour in of the first flight, I'm like, oh, my butt hurts. The seat is killing my ass. And I was like, I flew to Germany 3 times, like 20-something hour flights. Like, how did I survive if I already hurt now? And so if I start doing that again, if I have to go on these long flights, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get my butt to grow. And I don't.
It might just be the seats were better in the long flights, and these are no.
They were not better. But I did hurt on those flights, but it didn't start in the first hour.
I bet you I know what a lot of it is. Because of all the flight being not as much as usual, they are cramming a lot more people on the airplanes. And remember, you've heard of stories where they've actually been shortening the legroom. So you're probably at a different angle than what you may have been flying before, with a little bit more legroom and able to move more than you can.
Now,
Right.
I've got, I'm a tall boy.
How tall are you again?
I'm 6'3",
Okay.
or 5'15". I didn't experience like unusually short legroom on the flights recently, but on my flight back from Henning's house, last time I was at Germany, that airline was the cheapest feeling airline I've ever been on in my life, and it went out of business like 2 weeks after my flight home, which was pretty lucky. It could have gone out of business before the flight, and then Henning would have been out of everyone's flights. But the seats were so close together that my knees were literally impacting against the seat in front of me, and I couldn't adjust away from it. No matter how I put my legs, they were impacting, and that pushed my tailbone against the metal bar in the back of the seat. And still, I feel like I made it like 2 or 3 hours before I started hurting on that flight. And where this time, after like just an hour in a reasonably normal airplane seat, I was like, man, I wish I could get up and walk around. Like, my butt hurts so much. We've been talking about my butt. I've been talking about my butt for like 10 minutes. This is good. This is a good live video.
And no women in sight either.
Oh, Sky's here. Sky, join the club, Sky, if you feel like it. Oh my gosh, I just got a super chat. I wish I had a buzzer. I do have an applause. There we go. Finally, I figured out a reason for the applause, and certainly not to cheer for anything that I do on there. Morphone. Oh, I feel like I should throw a little like Italian thing in there, but I don't know how to do it.
Morphone.
Morphone guitars have a patented Olarian headstock. You're just trying to trick me into showing off how unintelligent I am. Headstock, so the pegs are angled and don't touch the table lying down. Have you guys seen them? Oh, I think he's seeing like it's got like a V shape to it, like it's like an airplane wing shape or something like that. So when you lay down the headstock, the tuners won't touch. I have not seen them. Maybe I should look them up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're funky looking, all right.
Yeah, they look.
Whoa.
Ooh.
More phone thing.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Definitely nothing I've ever seen before.
Right. It's very functional.
Mm-hmm.
Once I get this up, I'll be
It's not my cup of tea, but then again, if if it helps something, I'm always form over function. I mean, function over form.
It seems like it'd be really weird to tune with that.
Yeah.
Like the guitar itself looks like an offset Les Paul.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm on the site.
That's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
Okay, Funky
Yeah, it's
Buck.
like a Jaguar and Les Paul had a baby.
Yeah, offset Les Paul thing. The scrolling is really clunky.
But unfortunately, it makes kind of like a mule where
First impressions, I like that headstock. I like what I'm seeing here.
and nothing else. If nothing else, I love the solving a problem aspect because it does suck when you put your guitar down and it will do that.
I wonder if it
everything out of tune. Yeah.
I wonder if it reduces the break angle against the nut at all.
Right.
Like if the
It
tuner
looks like it would.
higher now, it looks like there's an angle on the headstock. So that's probably not an actual issue to think about. There's a side view.
Probably not.
I wonder how it is as far as strength. Like, does that compromise the strength of the wood at all?
I think it would have to a little bit, but it probably not in a.
Well, typically the grain is going lengthwise in a headstock. It's not going across, so it's not like it's shortening the grain at all.
True, but I'm just saying maybe with the fact that it's you probably had to make that 3 different pieces, that joint might not be as strong. But again, it's probably negligible.
It might not be 3 pieces. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either way. It could be, a CNC machine could cut that out, which is...
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, the selling points are stays in tune. The tuning pegs are... Okay, because it's never laid on a table. I mean, honestly, you shouldn't lay your guitar flat on a table most of the time anyway, so that is... I get it. It's fine. More sustain, a neck design enhancing timbre and sound projection. Maybe improved playability. The strings are easier to bend. I think that is a breaking angle thing. I think maybe that is coming into play there. Is there any more here?
Well, it's very unique. Nobody's going to worry about being copied.
I kind of want to see that headstock on a different guitar.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, it doesn't really look good there.
Like it's got this like super angular pointy thing to it.
It needs to be on a Steinbrenner.
Or even like.
Then again, that's kind of the Steinbrenner thing is not to have the head, but still.
Right.
To see that on like
stock that would be on the Steinbrenner.
3 knobs.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd love to see that on like a Flying V or something like that.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That would be a good one.
Straight lines and points. Yeah, Flying V, Explorer.
Yeah, Explorer.
Yeah. Or like an Ernie Ball Albert Lee. Let's be honest, Ernie Ball's headstock is ugly compared to this. Like this on an Ernie Ball Albert Lee would look really fantastic. Or that St. Vincent guitar. Oh,
or that Budweiser guitar with just the Budweiser look.
That blue looks good.
Yeah. These things are $4,000. Oh, because they're made in Canada.
What's that in American, though?
That is true.
It's a barrel and a half of maple syrup.
And a case of Molson.
Dang, I'm a barrel short.
It's just, I really like that headstock. Like,
I like how it
It's warming up on me. It's warming up
the
on
light.
me.
The way it's blue right there is so hyper modern and like it looks like a 1970s version of a spaceship,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then the body's just leaning too traditional. I think we're at the end of the picture.
It's like a Reverend Les Paul.
Yeah. Like I really want to see it on something angular. At NAMM a few years ago, there was a company that had a Les Paul where all the curves on it, like every curve on it, was cut like it was a diamond, basically, like big flat, like cuts on it.
Okay.
So that headstock would have looked amazing on that guitar, like this 3D angular, faceted sort of design. That's interesting. I like that.
Never heard of them before, but I really enjoy the fact that they've got something unique and today.
Yeah. That's maybe that'll be the next thing. Builders getting fancy pants with their headstock designs.
If anything new, it's good to see.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just, the same headstock designs have been done over and over and over again, and we run out of, kind of like opportunities for people to use the same 2D shape for a headstock. You have to start moving into a 3D thing, because like there's only so many variations you can do of the Fender headstock or even the Gibson headstock and everything in between. Before you're stepping on some other brand's toes, and you get stuck in like ugly places. Like there's brands out there that I think have ugly headstocks. And
What do you think about Jackson headstocks?
They're fine because it's like, they're an early, 80s pointy heavy metal guitar. And it's like it's the obvious thing to do for like an 80s style guitar. But yeah, I think most of the pointy ones you can just get away with a lot more because it's just like, oh, here's just a knife shard. It's like when companies start trying to get curvier and try to be close to Fender but not be Fender legally, like
this is a Fonder.
things get ugly. Muncie Labs, welcome to the party.
How's it going?
Ready to go. Pirate
there we are.
He's wearing a guitar. I want to see it, Muncie.
Ooh.
Oh, Jaguar, nice.
Yeah, man, it's American original.
Beautiful. It looks shiny too. Sky has joined. It's not a sausage party any longer. Thank you, Sky.
A girl on a guitar channel? What?
Not due to anything lesser about them. It's more lesser about us.
Oh, of course. Happy 69-420, everyone.
Hey,
Woo, we made it.
Happy 420. Why am I not seeing any of this? Come on. What's happening? I name it 420. Nobody's smoking weed.
I had my nightly sleeping medicine about 45 minutes ago, so that might kick in at some point here.
Getting a little crossfaded up in here, huh? Alcohol?
Yeah. Well, I figure it's a big night. 69-420. I'm gonna
16 ounces of liquor deep.
I
guys.
already booze on me. I guess I'm just gonna keep getting stoned.
69-412. We're 8 away.
Wow.
Almost.
Wow. Has gone wild.
Wait, if each and every one of us subscribed right now, we could make it.
Wait,
I'm already subscribed.
Ryan isn't subscribed.
I mean,
to
I'm gonna go unsubscribe just to keep,
Oh my God.
keep it going.
You're sounding like Davey 504 now.
Oh my gosh. Click, don't subscribe. Hard. Slap it. I don't know. I don't remember how to impersonate him.
So now that there's more people in the chat, Ryan is looking for tips on how to get a bigger ass. Like
Yeah, I already said
Deadlifts.
squats, but I was ignored.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in Ryan's position, except for somehow I'm a lot fatter, but still have no ass.
Well, like I don't have a butt, and my wife complains that she doesn't have a butt. I'm totally fine with her butt, so no comment there. But between the two of us, we joke that our kids have no chance. They're starting out with nothing.
there's always implants.
There's always implants.
Yeah.
A little injection here, little injection there.
I'm going to mangle your name, Luke.
Gracious. That's a Greek name I stole from. That's Roman name. I stole from a poet.
Lucretius, right?
A thief.
Yeah.
A thief among us.
We're close enough.
Lucretius.
Lucius.
Oh,
He
shit.
said it,
No,
like,
about the guitar.
Didn't catch it. Yeah, show us your guitar. What do you got there?
Chinese-made Telecaster.
Ooh.
Is it what brand is it? If it's Chinese, is it
That's a real Fender, like not a knockoff. I got another knockoff at my school. Like
Okay.
that is like crafted in China.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah. Like it's a 2013 model. That's Fender Modern Player Thin Line Deluxe. Super weird. It got two P90s and
Ooh, nice.
like a Les Paul-ish switch toggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of weird.
Yeah, does it have the 4 knob on there?
Yeah, 4 knob. You're
Nice.
right.
Then you can do the stutter effects with the switch.
Yeah.
That's like my only reason to like 4 knob.
Yeah. The only pro is that you can have like 2 volume settings and
Yeah.
like switch them really fast. I think. Yeah.
I wish I had it near me because I think you would love it. It's a Telecaster ukulele.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
It's
one of the new ones.
No,
The new one's a Jazzmaster, I think.
no. This is it's a solid body electric that I had custom made.
Wait, are we playing the Smiths now?
Yeah.
But it.
Look at
I
that
mean,
little
it's a solid
Jazzmaster
body
ukulele.
has
Look at
has
it.
regular
That's a
pickups
little
in it.
We supposed to grab guitars now?
Okay.
It's
Do
but
the
no, I
Vanna
call
White
it my-
thing.
I call it my
Or,
Telelele.
you know.
Oh, for showing on
Wow.
ukuleles. I got this one.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's the ukulele party. Everyone's got
someone
one.
here spent $10,000 on
Oh,
this.
got one.
Yeah, if we're doing ukuleles, this is mine.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, that
Oh,
one
that's
looks fancy.
Yep. Let's see.
Um,
L-Uke, I think is the brand on it.
Guys, help me out here. What is the deal with travel guitars? I saw one the other
I
day.
don't know.
What's going on there? Because that looked like a travel guitar,
Don't do it.
aka just a really fucked up guitar. Someone please explain what's going on here.
I actually had a phone meeting with a travel guitar company.
Oh, really?
You bring that up.
You're specializing travel guitar.
I want one. I'll make it clear. Like I will give someone my money for a good travel guitar. I just don't know what to do with it.
Well, there's one that that's an acoustic that you can like take the neck off, and then when you put it back, it stays in tune.
BDSM travel
So
guitars.
the only
That's what's
people I
going
know
on.
that actually travel with guitars just travel with a full size acoustic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like $35 extra to just check it. So
No, like they're supposed to. I think technically they're supposed to allow you to take your instrument on the plane with you. Like they're supposed to make space for it in the overhead.
Right.
Like there's the rule now.
Oh, guitarists have rights.
Yeah. Right?
That's more than some people in this country.
Yeah.
But let's not get political.
Oh, I've never done that.
No.
for
I
sure.
was just.
No, I
making
said it in the
fun.
chat earlier, but I consider myself like the Joker of 60 Cycle Hum lives. Just come in here, I bully Ryan and Steven to saying political stuff. It's fun. We have fun here.
No one has to bully us into saying political stuff. We just say it or we don't. I muted Noah because, sorry, Noah, but the guitar is super stiff in the mix. Like
I'm so sorry.
Your mic was picking it up really, really great.
Speaking of political, I was just watching the Last Guitar podcast, and that Twisted T guitar, looks terrible, but goodness gracious, I'd buy that.
I'm not surprised at all that it sold. I mean, it wasn't the price of $45. It was definitely the quality of that guitar.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the fretboard and everything, it just looked pristine.
Yeah. It looked wet. Like, you want a guitar that looks wet.
Okay.
What was that?
I was
like, that's just someone being a dick. Someone's just
The
trying to
Juliana
screw us
theory.
a lot right now.
I forgot to mute.
We're trying to get Ryan demonetized.
There's a weird vibe in here tonight. I'm just gonna say it, guys. Like weird vibes up in the live tonight.
That's the best kind of vibes.
We lost to 410, 69, 410.
No.
Jeez. Okay, so what's weird about the vibes? Do you think
You lost subscribers because you have a woman on the channel. They were like, "Whoa, what's happening?"
that's not the way the internet works?
Ryan, do you know that the Twuba Nation Discord, they made me their server mom, and then those little teenagers were calling me a MILF? Despite me being 28.
I mean, by the definition, in theory, you could be, but
I'm not. And
Right.
people think that I'm like 20. Like no one ever guessed I'm 28. Like I can go sing for high school, and I'm like, no, sell me alcohol. I'm an adult. And then these guys are like, oh
And
man,
give
she's
me
gonna be a
weed,
Gmo
just
soon,
because I like
grandma.
weed.
I'm on the Tuba Discord, and yesterday my phone like vibrated, and I picked up I'm in the middle of doing chores in the garage, like moving things around and stuff, and I get this notification like you've been tagged on Discord, and so I go to it, and it's Tuba tagging me into her. There's a section of Discord I've never used where you do live chatting, like it's like this, only just audio, and so it dumps me into there, and everyone's talking, and I'm like, what am I in right now?
I realized you've never been in a VC before. I was like, he knows how to do this. Like he has his own server.
No, I'm so new to Discord, and I was like, I'm holding a drill, and I've got like safety glasses on. I'll be back.
I was looking at that. I was like, what's going on there? And then I saw your kid pop up, and I was like, okay, there's just utter chaos on Ryan's. And so we're just going to let him just be a nice man with his child doing whatever he's doing. We were just hooligans. We were just having a good time.
I thought it was fantastic. And when I tuned back in later, like the conversation was it going wild directions. Like, okay, I'm okay. You know, you guys have fun. I'll be back.
I wonder what party you came in on, because the tuba chats get weird.
I'm a fan of the energy that I'm detecting, and I'm a fan of Tuba's videos. I just haven't acclimated to it yet. It's like getting in a hot tub that's a little bit too hot. I've got to
trust me. No, there's a reason that I told you the MILF thing. It's because when you joined the chat, like when you went on video, people were like, "Hey, like who's your older friend? Like who's this person that you and Tuba got in here?" Ryan, he's fine. They just saw someone like they're all like, I don't know, like some of them are like 15 in there, like and anywhere from like 16 to like late 20s. So you just have some people. They called me part of the MTV generation the other day. I am not a Gen Xer.
I'd say that you're not MTV because you probably don't remember when MTV played music.
I remember the transition. I remember when they started like Sweet 16 stuff on there, and I was like, no, play My Chemical Romance. Why are we watching these like children?
Yeah,
I was in their lives.
I was like either a teenager or going into college when they did that, and it was like,
How old are you, Ryan?
I'm 39. I'm going to be 40 this year, so I am an old.
Wow,
I do have a
almost 37. So
I do have a really good MTV story.
Yes.
If you're willing to hear it. And I'm kind of got to bury the lead to get through the story, but my dad used to work for Cheap Trick.
Yes.
And he essentially, like, you know, imagine me without this part of the mustache and glasses. My dad looked almost identical to the drummer. And so that was his job. He was a body double essentially for the
dream job.
And so they would, so for big concerts afterwards, they'd send him out into the limo so that the crowd would glomp onto the limo, and then the limo would go around a block and then pick up the band once they're done.
That's hilarious.
But this one time he was in the limo. It was him, the band, the manager, and this other guy, and some like rich looking guy. And my dad's not a particularly affluent man, so he's like, who the hell is this? And he's doing some kind of business pitch, and the band's like, I don't know, man. I don't know who would listen to music television. It was the first CEO of MTV trying to pitch MTV to the band. Because this would have been probably very late 70s, very early 80s.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah.
I feel like you dropped a comment sometime,
probably,
or you were on the social media sometime, like, and you mentioned that your dad worked for Cheap Trick, and like I filed that away in my brain. And when you said it just now, it's like, oh, this guy.
Yep.
We need
probably.
the full story on this. Like, we need, like, was there childhood trauma? Were you on tour with your dad? Like,
No,
give us
I wasn't even
insider
born
deets.
yet. When he parted ways with the band, I wasn't even born yet. So
Was it in a dramatic way? Was there fighting?
No,
Okay.
it was they fell out of
Love.
favor. Like they just weren't making enough money to have as things as extravagant as a body double.
That's a lot more than
Deep
that.
boy.
Right.
But
No, he so I'm from Madison, Wisconsin, and they're from Rockford, Illinois, and that's about a hour and a half car ride. And so so their manager in the early days was in Madison, and so they were at the manager's I was going to say apartment, but just office, and they got this last minute gig to go, and they had to get plane tickets as quickly as possible, and their normal person couldn't do it. But they're like, just go to the nearest travel agency and pay whatever they're going to charge you for it. And that was my dad's travel agency. So they walked in, and the manager walked in and kind of did a double take, and then came in with the rest of the band, and it was from there. My dad claims, and it's probably not true, but he claims that their logo came from his typewriter because of how bad his typewriter was, and he remembers it looking just the same.
that's immortalized here on this live. Like, you can catch into this, and you're like, we're going for Jonah's dad.
Yeah, probably.
You know?
Well, also, it's probably not true. And some of these stories I take with a grain of salt, just because, like, I know he likes to embellish some of his stories. So
that's what dads do.
I mean, if I had the typewriter that made the Cheap Trick logo, I'd never shut up about it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, heaven knows he doesn't even know what happened to it. So
right. He should have got the band to sign it, and then he could sell the typewriter.
He still talks to the drummer.
No kidding. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and the drummer still lives in Rockford. He doesn't have to do anything. He's retired. He doesn't play with the band anymore. That's the only person that's not still in the band. But he'll about once a month he'll play a bar gig in like a really crappy bar in Rockford, Illinois.
Imagine you're just like out for a drink, and it's like, oh, Cheap Trick, cool, right in front of me. It's so awesome.
Yeah, and like the rest of the band, sorry if you see this funny, aren't good at all. but it's still fun to watch. Just them do because it's just them having fun. They're not really doing it for the money.
Last time I was on vacation in Hawaii, took my family to the island of Kauai. We went to this little dive bar that's like walking distance from the hotel that we were in, and it was like an open mic night. And like, your typical fare was playing, like acoustic guy, you're in Hawaii suit, ukulele guy, like this the normal stuff. And then this man and this woman start setting up, like they set up like an electronic drum kit, and like a few other things, and they're like wearing like leather stage performance outfits. And suddenly like they're just ripping on the drums and synthesizers and electric violin, and just it is this insane production. And I'm looking around, and all the locals are watching it like, oh yeah, this happens every week.
The fact that they do it every week, gotta
Those
love it.
local leather daddies, they're like, it's the ukulele leather daddies. What do you mean weird about?
What it was,
Ukulele Leather Daddies is my new band.
Yes! Let's start a band with you, Jonah. Let's do it.
I asked the server, I'm like, what's the story with these two? Like, what's going on here? And apparently, they play in some sort of international fancy pants like circus, like a Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, okay.
but that's not. It's a different one. It's like an off-brand one, and so they tour the world with that. But then they live in Hawaii, and so they come and do open mic night to stay sharp or something like that.
That's an amazing life. Like we're all laughing. I would kill for that.
Yeah, like it's crazy circus musicians that just rip at drums and violin.
And leather in Hawaii.
I know.
Seems like it get a bit sticky.
Crazy about it. It's like leather pants and vests and like leather armbands. And so they were done up for the stage. Like it was really wild.
I want to know how those guys are handling COVID. I want to know what their pandemic story is.
Oh no.
Get them on the live. Can we do that?
They're just at home in their leather.
Right.
Because leather is a lifestyle.
What do we think?
If like they took it off, like they do walk around the humidity of Hawaii, and they like go to the beach and they go swimming and surfing and stuff
in full leather. Oh,
leather! You think it's a wetsuit, but it's a leather cat suit.
That's not a deep sea diver. That's just a cool dude.
Chafing City.
Kitty wants some candy.
That needs to be a line in something.
No, I stole that from
Does it
Jim
drip?
Gaffigan.
No, that's not a deep sea line. That's amazing, Sky.
Thank you.
Deep sea diver.
Oh,
I was gonna say I'll write it down, but like this is being recorded, so like I'll just
cool. You're just watching like fawns walk out of the ocean.
Damn, there he goes.
That's not a wetsuit. That dude's just
a cool dude. He's just amazing.
Holy deep sea diver.
Revs a motorcycle and rides out of the ocean.
Wow. What would you do if you saw that? Oh my god!
I would just burst into tears.
I would just die from happiness. Like there's no
Aquaman.
There's no more beautiful sight I can see in my life. God will hear me say that out loud, and he's like, "You're correct." He'll take my soul out of my body, and he'll do whatever he wants with it, but he'll take it. And
yeah, I think if I saw that happen, if it was just like a single man like riding out of the ocean, I'd be like, I think that's my soulmate. That man's a freak. I gotta find out what's up with him.
I want to find out how the engine was functioning under the water, but
I got one of
those Star Wars logic. It's just
it just does.
It's got an air tank, just the same way a scuba diver has an air tank, the engine has an air tank. That's how.
I like that logic.
Yeah.
A scuba bike.
How do submarines work? Submarines are underwater. I know
I literally don't know. Does anyone in the chat know how submarines work? I just realized that's crazy that I like kind of have a mild idea of how airplanes work, and I really shouldn't. That's fucking crazy that we just like get into metal boxes up there. How do submarines work?
Magnets.
Maybe it's like the same kind of thing as an airplane.
Guys, first $69 super chat. We'll believe whatever you say about submarines.
Okay. Somebody think of something fast. Like we have to. Ryan has for that money.
I can actually tell you how submarines work if you want to know how.
You know how submarines work?
Actually, I want to hear everyone's idea of how a submarine works, and then I want to hear Ryan's last.
I mean, do you want my actual idea, or do you want a funny idea?
Well, it's a metal
funny
tube.
idea.
It's a metal tube full of people and air, and they have it's called ballast, right? There's a thing that they flood with water.
Ballast.
Ballast. They flood it with water to make it heavier or lighter, and then they push the water out to make it lighter so it'll float.
You've already lost
Yeah,
me.
they manipulate the buoyancy.
Yeah, they manipulate the buoyancy so the submarine will go up in front of the water, and then other than that, it's just a boat that's just deeper.
Has something to do with Archimedes. I don't know.
A boat, but
just
deeper.
a boat, but deeper.
Oh, it's a deep boat. Why didn't you just say deep boat?
It's just it's a boat that sinks, but like doesn't get destroyed.
Submarines are forever deep boats.
Controlled
submarines. Subby McSubface.
It's like why do people call them faces? They want cars.
Intentionally.
That's like a Mitch Hedberg joke right there. Just like submarines are like boats, but deeper.
But deeper.
I have a lot of friends that knew him.
Gone too soon.
He was from
Mitch
Minneapolis.
Hedberg. What a genius.
And
you have
I've
Mitch
got-
Hedberg stories. I'd love to hear them.
No, unfortunately, I didn't know him personally. I never met him, but and the thing was he didn't have really many stories, just because he was like,
yeah. What do you say?
He'd be like, he'd be at a party and he'd be in the corner and high, and you just every once in a while say the most brilliant thing you've ever heard.
Relatable.
And then,
Relatable. That's why he's a great stand-up. That's the most relatable
and then
thing ever.
but he was really quiet otherwise.
Yeah, rice is great when you're hungry and you want 1,000 of something. What a classic! What a classic.
On a stoplight, red means stop, yellow means go. Yellow means hold on, and green means go. But on a banana, it's the opposite. Green means go, green means hold on, yellow means go, and red means where the fuck did you get that banana from?
Wait, okay, so we figured out submarines. Ryan has explained submarines. What's up with red bananas? Why do we have red bananas? You guys seen this?
They're just different varieties. Like there's plantains and there's all sorts of varieties of bananas. The bananas that we eat are the most boring banana in existence. It's just.
Do you mean white people? Because I have noticed that y'all have like some boring ideas of bananas.
Boring bananas.
Yeah, but you're like in SoCal.
That's all.
Plantains. You guys eat plantains, right?
You know the banana, like fake banana flavor that doesn't taste like banana? Apparently, apparently bananas used to actually taste very close to that, the kind that everyone ate. But then there was a banana plague, basically, that literally killed off that variety of banana.
Yeah, back in like
we don't have that banana anymore.
You see this? This is my I knew that face.
I didn't, and now I think
I'm like one of 3 people in the country that like the fake banana taste.
Oh, I love it too. Actually,
well, you give me a bag of banana runts, and I'm gonna choke
runts.
I once made from scratch artificial banana flavor.
How did that work out?
Wait,
I don't know. I wasn't allowed to taste it. Because
told you I'm the joker of the podcast.
No, it was a chemistry class, and like an organic chemistry class, and we made that as one of our things, and it smelled wonderful. But he's like, it's not pure enough for you to actually eat it because you'll just die.
Right. I think it's interesting that the bacon, the flavor of bacon, is achievable fully vegan. Like, bacon bits are vegan.
I just tried a dog treat the other day, and it was.
Wait, hold on. Let's back up there.
Back it up.
Let the man talk. Let the man talk. I want to hear this.
If you've never smelled a dog treat and didn't think it smelled good, you're fucking lying.
Right.
I'm not lying.
My like I was at work, and I don't like the concept of, hey, I wonder what if this is actually good or not, because the dogs, we give them to the dogs, and so it's like, oh, well, sure. And I ate a little bit. It tasted perfectly like bacon. It actually tasted perfectly like jerky. Like,
I've never gone there,
the
but
texture was just completely wrong. And so that was a little disturbing.
Here's my eating dog treat story.
Oh God! What is that?
Oh yeah.
This is gonna. I didn't eat dog treats, so I'm gonna spoil it that way. This is gonna sound rough starting out, but just hang with me here. When I was a kid, my family had a couple years where they would host foreign exchange students, and we had this guy in from Japan.
Be very careful what you say.
I know. And what happens when new foreign exchange students come over, like they come through the door, we all greet them, we hang out for a while, we exchange like pleasantries, like hi, meet everyone, we talk, we talk as much as we can and exchange like gifts. It's like the whole thing that you do.
Yeah.
So we're having our initial hangout with this guy, and we have this dog. We have this like golden retriever mix, and he's petting the dog and hanging out, and we're like, oh, let's give him a treat for the dog. To like give the dog. No. So we hand him a milk bone, which is clearly like it's a dog bone. It's shaped like a dog bone. It's not. It's not like
dog bone to you.
Beef jerky or something. We hand it to him, and the culture barrier meant that he didn't know what it was, and so he takes it, and he's very sheepish about it, and he's like, "I think they want like," and he starts.
Oh no! no.
They're like, no. But he got his mouth on it and like was there about to bite it.
No, that's so sweet. I will say that happened to me. I mean, it could have been a dog treat now that I think about it. It was a British cookie. They were like, "Here, eat this."
They're basically the same thing.
Yeah, and I was like, "You guys do this for fun? Like, this isn't something you're forced
Down
to do."
10 subscribers.
No, listen. I will say,
Down
like,
10 from that.
Brits know what's up, and I will say, baked beans on toast, genius. Like the way they cook those little mushrooms in like Ireland and stuff. Like,
I've
wait,
never.
who disagrees?
I disagree. Beans on toast is a travesty and should not exist.
We're gonna have a private conversation later.
Oh man, great.
I just don't want to see. Was it Pete Townsend or one of the other members of the Who in the bath of baked beans?
I think aren't baked beans like a meme among the young kids these days? Like he keeps saying like baked bean memes.
Filling things with beans
for a
is just
while.
hilarious.
Yeah, like this. There's that tweet that's like, I was like in a movie theater, and I was like eating the chili that I brought from my house, and this teenager behind me was like, "Listen, who's eating beans up in here?"
The only thing I saw recently was somebody with a banana. Somebody photoshopped a banana, like unpeeling the banana, it was full of baked beans.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. Like these baked bean memes.
You know where I think it
The
started?
absurdity is wonderful.
I don't know if anyone in the chat is like near my age, but like at least when I think it was when I was in high school that it was that boomer who commented on Facebook like,
oh, you're gonna have to
about
narrow
the beans. Oh, is it my mic? Wait, are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
I'm just yelling.
No, you have to narrow down which boomer on Facebook it was.
Yeah, there's too many.
No, it's the baked beans. It's like I'm thinking about those beans.
I'm thinking
That
about
was the
those
meme.
beans.
I'm thinking about those. I'm thinking about those beans because he left the E out.
Those beans, yes.
I feel like maybe I cut the cord years ago. I haven't had cable for years, and I just realized because of that, I haven't been seeing normal TV commercials. Does Bush's Baked Beans still run commercials?
Yep.
No idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the one with the dog.
The dude has a beard and tattoos and is a little edgier.
Ryan, I just realized that you were saying you were turning down my mic. That's why you shouldn't actually do drugs, kids. The title of this is. Just
Are you serious about the Beans guy? He's like a hipster now.
Not exactly a hipster, but
he's got tattoos and stuff.
At least for the commercials, I'll have to pull it back up.
Yeah, he did a hard pivot. We need to see a picture of this.
Oh my gosh, because Steve has joined. Is it gonna
yes! What's up, Steve?
Hey,
Full stack Steve.
Happy 69 420.
Steve at a full 3 frames per second.
I know. What's going on?
We're just hanging out
playing Minecraft.
Oh, this is my favorite slideshow.
Bush's Beans guy, no tattoos, but bald head and beard.
Famously bandwidth heavy Minecraft.
Oh, this totally is at least partial hipster here.
Oh my gosh, Biggie Grant is here.
Yes.
Hey, Grant.
Hello.
Hello.
Now it's a party. No offense to the rest of you, but now it's a party.
Fuck you, Ryan. It's been a party.
The effort on the long December cover is holy fuck.
Thank you.
That was totally worth it. I'm buying a woodcutter just because of that.
Nice.
I am totally taking up the no ska challenge though.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. I need to make a flyer for that because we kept the advertising for Long December to just the podcast, but I think I want to pitch it out there a little bit more. Maybe make a prize for it or something like that.
That was really fun.
Nothing to do with ska. Actually, you can't see it anymore. But my ska bed sheet like thing on my wall in the background.
Jonah, did you do the ska cover?
No, I didn't. I was planning on it, but then life happened.
Whoever did it, like I worship the ground that they walk on. I love that ska.
I would
I
play saxophone, so I would have actually brought in the horn.
Jonah, do you actually want to start a band? I would love to start a surf band with a saxophone.
Oh yeah,
so fun.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Nobody does anymore.
So anyone that didn't catch the podcast that went up today, we're doing a follow-up version of the same thing as the Long December thing, but the concept is take a ska song and unska it. So that's the next one.
I just have to find one that people actually know.
Yeah.
Well, I did not hear that. Oh.
Well, that's the thing I kind of wonder is like how far in the weeds are some of these people going to get?
You take a ska song and you take the ska out of it and turn it into another genre.
I'm thinking Scottish shoegaze. I think that would be really fun. But I think everything's fun shoegaze, so I don't know.
I mean, ska is not. I don't think it's gonna be hard to grab ska. Ska bands did it so often. They took a non-ska song and made it ska. I think you can reverse it.
Take on me, yeah. Reverse engineer that shit.
I think there's a lot of bot tone stuff that you could really make it just some pop punk.
Yeah. I'm almost saying like that might be too easy. I want a bit of a challenge, especially since I've got like I played in ska bands when I was younger. I still actually listen to it all the time.
I want to do a Mighty Mighty Boss Tones song as a 9 Inch Nails cover.
Oh my god! Have you ever heard the Devo 9 Inch Nails cover?
No.
They do Head Like a Hole, and I swear to you, the Devo cover of Head Like a Hole is a million times creepier than the 9 Inch Nails.
I feel very weirded out.
Yeah. That just seems abnormal.
Baby sound.
Wait, how do I not know about this? Like, I grew up like on the 9 Inch Nails forums. Embarrassing. When I was
You're too
younger.
young for that.
Wow,
No, I'm not. I'm 28. I was like 16 on like 9 Inch Nails forums. It was. I mean, I was too young to be on the internet. Way before that.
Yeah.
I've been like online. Me and my friend were talking about this. Like when we were like 9, we completely spaced out that we were just like catfish people. Like my friend would just like, she was like 9 and she'd be like, I'm like a 23-year-old model in New York City. I'm like 6 feet tall. And she doesn't know why. We don't know why. We're just like, good.
I didn't have like free range internet until like I was 15 or 16.
Yeah.
Free range.
NJ, I don't know how do I say his name? NJD Brim.
Spell it out.
The man who constantly says that he's unsubscribing, says that he's limited only to Jamaican or British ska. I disagree.
Is Jamaican and British ska?
Yeah, I mean, so ska's from the 60s originally.
Right.
So it started in Jamaica. Then the second wave was the British doing it in the 80s. And then the ska punk of the 90s.
We've got a ska story in here.
Yeah. I actually I do know a lot about ska.
Like I'm
go
aware
by
that
those rules.
It just has to
you're
be
getting
from
15,000 UB40s.
All right. Yeah. No, please no.
I indulged in my fair share of ska in the day. Jake P has entered, but he's not a video. He's a little icon, so I'm not sure what that's about.
He's just lurking. I thought Stu was lurking a second ago, but Jake really committed to the bit. He's like,
if you want a ska band that's still going strong, that's very interesting. The Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra. It's like in Japan.
I'm into it. Like, what is going on?
So it's almost strictly instrumental. And in Japan, they're big enough that they still pack arenas.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's an instrumental ska band in Japan. I'm rock hard right now.
Yeah, it is wonderful. I'm surprised they haven't done, to bring it back to the Cheap Trick, I'm surprised they haven't played Budokan.
What's the name of this band again?
Yeah, Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra. And
that just sounds like the best band in the world.
They have a lot of albums, like probably 20 albums.
Wow.
Not that I didn't believe you, but they are real.
Yeah. Very real.
Such a weird thing to lie about.
No, it's like the Tokyo Ska Paradise sounds like something you would make up on the fly.
Yeah,
true.
Looks like a bad.
If you're just like looking around the room and you're like,
Right,
okay,
yeah,
there's
exactly.
there's a card from Tokyo there. Yeah, it's one of those jokes. It's a classic vaudevillian joke.
Yeah, and Wiki said it is like created in 1985.
Yeah.
1985. Yeah.
Yeah.
already played Budokan.
Yep.
Ryan, I really liked when you went on the Tuba Discord and someone was like, "Is this really Ryan?" They thought you were a huge 60 Cycle Hum fan. You're like, "Damn, this dude must love guitar podcasts." And you were like, "Why, if anyone was going to impersonate a YouTuber, would it be me?" That's like the biggest self-out.
I seriously want to know, like, why would I be the one that you would pick? Like, of any of us, like, I wouldn't pick me.
You know what? I
Who
could
would you
see
pick?
someone. I would see someone picking you to be like, you know what? Ryan's too nice. I'm gonna make people think that he's really mean. I'm gonna go in the Tuba Discord. I'm gonna bully these kids.
That actually was Ryan bullying those.
That's a good grip. That's a good grip.
No.
I like that.
Oh God, no! I think the kids are gonna bully Ryan.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I bring it. I am ready for some kid style
That's
bullying.
what I was trying to say. They called me a MILF. I feel like you got to be prepared. They're gonna call you some things, Ryan. It's awful.
Well, a DILF
group called you a MILF, I was like, I 100% believe it.
I know it's the Zoomers. It's like, oh God. And you know what? You know what I will say? Somebody on your Discord server was trying to tell me that I'm over the hill, and that I'm not a part of youth culture, and I was like, fuck you, I'm 28. Wow. And you're like, it's 18 to 25. I know that you're watching this the person I'm talking about. I know you're watching it. I'm not over the hill.
I agree that you're probably past the edge of youth culture technically, but
why? Just because I listen to Mighty Giants?
I feel like youth
Youth
culture.
Can you imagine dragons?
Did youth culture kill your car, Scott?
Oh.
What?
You have a center part.
Sorry.
Thank you. Look, I could be one of the Haim sisters. I'm like the token ethnic Haim sister. Like, hello.
Who are the
Come on. I'm like the one people can relate to. It's like, oh, you know.
I don't think I was part of youth culture when I was a youth.
Here's the thing: you could play a high schooler in a TV show, like that.
Thank you.
Would
And
be
that's me on Euphoria. I'd be like,
everyone is like 25 when they're a high schooler in on TV, but
like Jason Priestley was like 56 or something.
Yeah,
that guy was old.
Who's that leather Muppet?
Rewatching Grease is crazy.
I had so many things I was going to say, and I keep getting derailed, you guys.
It's because there's a million people in here, and I don't know. Like, I think half of them are stoned.
You guys,
Leather Muppet needs to be a band name.
Half of them?
You guys are bringing the heat this time too. We're at 69,415. We only need
5 more,
guys. 5
Grant,
more. There.
Is there a pedal you can make that's called Leather Muppet?
Leather Muppet?
All right.
Yeah.
Leather Muppet.
I'm gonna drop
What
the
kind of
link to my
pedal would that
Discord
be?
friends.
I mean, this could happen
No, you
for at
probably
least
could-
one person.
I think Muppet would
So what
probably
if you
be,
took like a woodcutter
copyrighted.
and you added a gain stage to like a tube screamer in front of it, and you did like a laser cut, like a laser S leather on top of it, and you called it the Leather Muppet, like a boosted tube, like a boosted woodcutter.
I would
Add a
do
vibe
this,
to it.
I would do this for you and you only.
I had a really bad idea for you, Grant. The worst joke pedal
I will
idea.
buy the Leather Muppet.
Honestly, it's past the edge of irresponsible. You know how everyone jokes about certain pedal manufacturers' LEDs being way too bright? Do a pedal and the LED is just a laser pointer. A blue laser pointer, like laser.
Yeah, I might buy that. I would.
Actually. I think I'm literally going to make this.
I've got a Thorpe camouflage that's stainless on the front, and like I read the reviews of it, and people were talking like nobody ever wanted to actually read the dial, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, and I plugged the thing in, and goddamn if you can't read the fucking dial at all.
Right,
it's a giant reflector.
I have a few pedals like that. It's like I cannot see I can't see the knobs anymore.
That's just like every MXR pedal.
Yeah.
But the Leather Muppet is going to be the best pedal ever.
Yeah.
Ryan
looks like Beaker. Ryan, do the thing.
I'll paint myself green and I'll be your Bunsen Honey.
There it is. Somebody give us that, please.
I'll paint myself green and I'll be Bunsen Honeydew next to him.
In the JHS video, one of my favorite live comments on it was someone said that I look like a Muppet. I want to make a little like editing Ryan version of myself that's a Muppet now to bring in and be like,
What? Don't even boy, because an editing Ryan t-shirt, honestly.
I'll have to send you a picture of it, but there is a Muppet Grant. I don't own it, but when I was in a band, the creative director for DC Comics, I think that was his title, but he also loved Muppets, and he had us. He wanted to do a whole music video for our band, and so he had us made as Muppets from one of his friends that was a puppet designer. They didn't work.
So angry and
They didn't work for Jim Henson, so they weren't like real Muppets, but they looked like
great
100% like Muppets.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to keep mine, so that kind of bummed me out. Someone else has a Muppet of me right now.
That sucks.
I don't want to know what they're doing with
Yeah,
it.
you better hope they're not doing some voodoo shit on there. That is scary.
I just had you made Muppet. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Say that
There's a
randomly
phrase
at
for that.
parties just to like throw people off guard. Like someone has a Muppet of me right now.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere right now there's a Muppet of me.
Bums me out though. I think that'd be amazing. Like if I ever have kids someday,
Yeah.
like to have a Muppet. I don't know.
Do you think it's like a voodoo doll type thing?
I hope not.
Yeah.
Where they could like poke it
That
and you
explains
feel
so
it?
much.
Clearly, it's like Josie and the Pussycats. Did you guys ever watch that? Like,
Yeah.
I saw the
Thumbs up.
movie, which is very good.
the movie is, I mean,
Which movie?
let's
Like,
say
wasn't there
it
like a
holds
super old movie on that?
Yeah, this one's like
Um,
I'm talking like the 90s, 2000.
up. Yes, the
one.
early
originally Cook one.
2000s
I
with the
can't-
girl from Like She's All That.
I can't place the year, but I can say it's like Britney Spears era movie.
Yeah, it was like a Y2K movie for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Rachel Lee Cook. I think Amanda Seyfried, and then
Yes.
Steve is back.
not
For the
Rosario
third-
Dawson.
yeah.
Maybe it was.
I have
Did you pull your kid out of
VHS
playing
of the
Minecraft?
original show.
2001.
I think Steve has like zero bandwidth. Like,
I know, poor Steve.
course.
Like, he sounds like he's in a submarine.
Yes, 2001. It was Rachel Lee Cook, Tara Reid, Rosario Dawson.
Oh, Tara Reid. Oh, I haven't thought about her for a while.
watching
Nobody
that,
has.
Nobody has.
Not
I
since
rent-
like Sharknado 7.
I rented Josie and the Pussycats from Blockbuster on VHS. That's how old I am.
Really
And
showing your age.
I do not remember liking it, but I've heard multiple people recently like it holds up. It's really good. You gotta go rewatch Josie.
It's like a fine wine. If anything, it's gotten better.
The premise is legit.
Yeah.
I just remember thinking it was like kind of dumb and boring, but I was also probably like 22 or something.
Yeah, you
I
probably
thought
were
it was
too
like-
jaded at the time.
No, I was fully jaded at that age.
So you have like black hair down over your eyebrows.
See, that's why the movie is perfect for you. Like, I feel like if you were like a grunge kid and you were like, fuck the system, man, Josie and the Pussycats is the movie for you, undoubtedly.
I was 17 at the time.
I don't know. My favorite movie in that kind of genre and that era was That Thing You Do. I can
yeah.
quote
yeah,
it
that's great.
almost verbatim.
I really around that time in my life, I really liked the Blues Brothers.
Oh yeah, still.
And I don't know if
It's
it was
a very long movie.
I don't know if it was ironic love, like, oh yeah, the Blues Brothers, or if I sincerely loved it, which I could have done a combination of both.
See, for me, it seemed like it was an old guy movie. I just couldn't get into it.
We have both kinds of music here: country and western.
Damn.
I don't know.
And Steve leaves from
I
that.
don't know if it's
Can we get Steve a hotspot? Like, what's going on?
I don't know who just said it, but something about Ryan when he was 22. I don't think it was quite 22, but I did a deep dive in that YouTube link. Somebody shared your old band,
Oh.
and I like went back through all the videos and watched. And there's a video of you skateboarding at the skate park. You got to be 26,
Skateboarding.
27. You look like a kid.
I think I was like 22, 23 around there.
Okay,
So-
okay. Dang, yeah.
and I thought I was so
Where
old
can I
because I was
find
this
this?
age and the rest of the band wasn't.
Your favorite band?
We used to play at this church would set up a skate park. I have no idea how they had insurance. They
They
said that
probably didn't.
they set up this full like half pipe skate park in their parking lot and would like throw concerts in the middle of the day on weekends. And so we played that thing a couple times, and it was
For Jesus.
it
Yeah,
was
did they have to be like Christian rock bands, or was it just anything?
That was
Well,
such
we
a
were-
thing back then. Christian
we
like
were-
skate bands.
Not technically a Christian rock band, but we were church safe, I'll say.
Yeah,
Aw.
that's fine. It's just like
I think if anyone
it's
read
like people that write songs only about like only love songs. It gets
Right.
old after a while.
no, we were like a punk band. So we played outdoor at the skate park, and we'd just be kind of off to the side of it and just be playing as loud as our amps could go, trying to compete with kids skateboarding and stuff. And so we filmed this little dumb thing, and I'm so shocked to even remember it right now, of me and Adam, the drummer, just like pretending that we could skate, like. And doing dumb little tricks and stuff like that. Grant, send me the link to that. I need to reshare that because that is people need to see this.
That sounds like the
do like a
sickest
spider
church in
tree
the
or
world.
something like that.
We still reference that, like do a kick. Like I do all these little graphics. I was like trying to do like an MTV like spoof with it.
I think the song I'm gonna have to do should be by Five Iron Frenzy, the Christian ska band.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's two camps of Christian ska.
Of course, you guys know about Christian ska.
And
I just know ska. And that
Wait, that's a
happens
real
to fit in
genre?
there.
I didn't think so.
It is the Christian ska world is probably bigger than the regular ska world. No, like
So how does Oscar Isaac fit into this? Did you know him back in the day when he was in a ska band?
Oscar Isaac.
Who's Oscar Isaac?
That name sounds
Poe Dameron?
familiar.
He's he's
Oh,
Poe
okay.
in Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Dude, the
Oh,
video,
sorry. Am I like the only person who's attracted to men in the chat? Yeah, like Oscar Isaac. It's like the dude that your wives are like drooling over.
My wife, of course.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Moss is exempt.
I just found the video, Ryan.
Yes, my wife at 18. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, continue.
Am I
Ryan,
right?
with your story. I keep derailing it.
Anyways, I'm going to tell you guys about the two Christian ska bands. I haven't ever had to invoke this, but I'm going to have to. I can only mute myself. I can't solo myself. Okay, there's two Christian ska bands. There's on one side there's Five Iron Frenzy. On the other side there's the Supertones. And I chose the wrong side. I chose the Supertones side, and I wish I could go back in time and choose the Five Iron Frenzy side because that's the side that still holds up. Five Iron Frenzy is a legitimate band. So
I'm actually aware of the Supertones.
Yeah,
It's
Supertones.
Yeah,
it's actually I heard of them like the same time I caught on. Maybe not the same time, but I thought they were like some weird play on the Deftones before I actually heard them.
That's what I thought too.
Do
Yeah.
you know about Slick Shoes, Ryan?
Oh yeah, I know about Slick Shoes.
Oh yeah.
Steve, right
Where's
now,
Slick
I can
Shoes?
feel Steve's energy. I can feel heat from him 6 miles away. That his internet isn't fast enough to be in this conversation right now.
Yeah, his internet
come
connection
with you?
isn't like very super rich.
Get him in the garage. He's 6 miles away from you. He can walk.
Yeah, walk.
Oh.
Like
Get in your car.
I'm working off of my phone hotspot right now, and I'm getting better service.
I'm
Poor
on
Steve.
I'm on Wi-Fi in my garage on the other end of my house from the router, and I'm doing this somehow. So I
This
don't.
has now become an anti-Minecraft video.
No, pro Minecraft. Who's anti Minecraft here?
Yeah.
Just because Steve's kids are playing it.
Listen,
and
if
that's
it weren't for
why
Minecraft, like we could be hearing like funny comments from Steve. Someone could be getting into a fight with him. I have beef with Minecraft.
If it weren't
never
for
played Minecraft.
we would have a lot more
Oh
Zoomers
my God.
on this channel right now.
Yeah.
You know the game? You remember the old computer game where you like have like little gray squares and you like?
that
Yeah,
Minecraft.
mine
I
out.
thought that's
no,
what.
no,
Minesweeper?
Yeah, I
Minesweeper.
thought that's what everybody's been talking about for the past few years. I thought that was what they, look, why does everybody care about that game?
It's a good
That's
game.
adorable.
I don't know anything.
There should be a way to play Minesweeper in Minecraft. Someone make it happen.
I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure there's already.
I'm sure there is.
That exists already.
I have my head up a Guitar
I'm
Metal's
sure.
ass like every day. I don't ever play anything. So
There's people who have made like entire smartphones that work in Minecraft, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Like they program the search and everything like that. That's ridiculous.
That's amazing.
Yeah. All you have to do is type in Minecraft and Minesweeper, and you'll get 50 different versions of it.
Wow, the nerds are up to amazing things these days. Putting cell phones in Minecraft.
I got Minecraft for my kid, and I've spent a good amount of time playing it. I'll say it's very zen. When I was a kid, I wasn't playing Zen games like this. Kids are playing a Zen game with Minecraft.
Yeah.
And it's just this very small but very repetitive dopamine hit where it's just like mine a brick, it breaks, mine a brick, it breaks, mine a brick, it breaks. And there's something very relaxing about it.
As compared to like kid or video games when you were a kid, like Castlevania and stuff like that.
Nuke them.
Don't you fuck with Castlevania.
No one's fucking with anything, but it did do things to our brains. I think we can all say that, right?
100% messed up. And I do guitar videos for a living. What happened to me?
It was a video
If baby
game.
Ryan could see you now, he'd be like, "This is pretty sick."
13-year-old Ryan would not believe this. This is ridiculous.
At the same time, you still do have a day job, though, right?
I'm doing this full time.
Oh,
congrats!
I did not know.
No more day job.
Ryan's just famous. Like that's his job.
I think that deserves the applause button.
No, the other one.
All that YouTube money.
Oh.
There you go. That's it.
There we go.
Where's
That's
the 60-cycle yacht?
Yeah.
It's just that all day. Yeah.
Ryan, I sent you the video, and I laughed hysterically because randomly people probably didn't know what that was about, but it's called Kick Tricks Volume 4, and it's the only one, and it's the first video on Steve's page.
Nice.
I love that Steve is the one hosting that.
Was there a 1 to 3 that we missed out on, or is that just being silly? Okay.
We were being silly. We were making fun of things that aren't worth making fun of.
It's like Star Wars. The fourth one is the first one.
Right, exactly. And I made all these dumb little graphics where every time we did a dumb skateboard thing, it would be like, "Oh, do a kick, total gnar," or something.
I need to watch that video. That just seems amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to repost it tomorrow on everything that we have. Look at baby Ryan try to skateboard.
You need to screenshot the number of subscribers before and after.
Wait, what number are you at now?
It's just going to climb. Yeah, are we anywhere near?
Still at 415, 5 to go. I can't believe it can't clear up 5 subscribers.
I can make
I
5
shared with my
pounds.
Yeah, I'm
friends
just
and
gonna
they
make a
said
few
no.
accounts real quick.
Your friend's just like, no,
Here.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that for you. I'm not clicking a button for you.
I did a forbidden thing and I dropped it into the R Guitar Circle Jerk subreddit.
Oh God!
Yeah, I haven't been downvoted to hell. I've got 5 upvotes. That's actually surprising.
Wow. Now,
There's-
if they subscribed,
They're supposed to be jerks. Yeah, 5 guys.
Ryan, do you
5.
want me to send a Tuba Nation over?
Send Tuba.
Okay.
Get Tuba on it.
oh, it's
I'm
gonna
gonna
get
text
hectic.
her right now.
They're all gonna, all 15 of the teenagers that are subscribed are about to unsubscribe.
I'm like texting everyone I know right now, making sure.
I'm just going through all my burner accounts and
I will be very impressed with myself if I can connect in a meaningful way with Tuba Nation, because I think
They like
teenagers.
you.
I'm happy that they like me, but teenagers are a little bit intimidating, too, in a way I never would have expected.
They can beat you up.
They can. I don't know. There's something about it. Like they're
There's
cool.
a song about this. Teenagers scare the living shit out of me.
Yeah.
You care what they think.
Yeah.
Good
No,
song.
they care about things that I'm decades divorced from at this point. And it's like, I remember how intense that was, caring about those things.
You have to let go. You're no longer. You can't connect anymore.
And I've got all these important things in my life, and I barely care about any of them.
Like a 401k and kids and.
Yeah. Like life has never been more critical, and I wish I could care less.
Okay, I texted Tuba. We're gonna see what happens now.
Oh,
I
my
just signed up
God.
on 3 of the accounts that are different names of mine.
Yeah, I'm
Now you're
subscribing with my 2 other accounts.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I think we should be at 420.
Now it's going to be a test to see how fast YouTube updates.
I'm gonna go on the Discord too, and I'm gonna be like, They're saying it. They're saying it in the Discord, Ryan. Look, they're like, Tuba should be in the live stream on 60 Cycle Home.
You know what? I'm going to drop the link again. Maybe she's up. She's not.
Drop it in general chat and tag her.
I just dropped it in the chat. I'm not going to. I can't copy paste it right now. I just dropped the link in the YouTube chat. You could copy paste that there.
The YouTube chat. Okay.
Yeah. David665 says, I have 3 teenagers. They're all assholes.
Yeah.
But I remember being a teenager. I was an asshole. I was an asshole a long time after being a teenager. I'm still on the edge now.
I don't think I ever grew out of it.
As a 20-year-old, I can say I remember being an asshole teenager too. Now I'm just an asshole.
I agree.
I'm worried about my son. For a 6-year-old, he's been acting kind of like a teenager lately, and I'm like, man, this is going to be a long.
It's a long December.
This is a long teenager. If he's starting on this stuff already, the sass I'm getting is surprising.
Well, you're raising a kid during COVID. Like, we don't know what COVID is doing to them.
Yeah, my kid is basically pacing like a lion in the zoo, tied to those 4 walls. You know.
Yeah, my little cousin, I feel like he's 12, and I feel like this has aged him like 3 years easily.
Right. Yeah.
Weird.
He's a worn and withered 15-year-old now.
How many face-to-face relationships has your son had, Ryan?
What's that?
How many face-to-face, like preschool? I assume preschool and stuff like that.
He's hyper social. Like he did kindergarten. He did preschool. You know, you go to church and stuff like that. But he's a kid who goes to you take him to a playground and he's like, I made 3 friends today. I was like, I don't think I've made 3 friends in like 20 years. Like,
me too.
To be fair, as an adult, it's weird.
You don't gain; you just count the number that you lose.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a depressing thought. Yeah, I used to have parties and like 40 people would show up. That's never gonna happen again.
It's 8:00. I'm getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
At least you're not at the age where you're losing friends because they're just dying off.
Oh, there went Sky. Kingster, she's and she
started talking about friends, and she was just like, "Nah, I'm out."
How has Steve not made it back? What the hell's going on?
I'm gonna
2 internet points left.
He's on that McDonald's free internet.
Can you guys not allocate some Patreon money for his internet?
It sounds like the kids are playing Minecraft at his house, so all that bandwidth is just getting sucked up by the 4 pixels that
Can we get Steve to move?
It's past their bedtime.
6 miles.
How many kids?
Yeah.
How many
I
kids
guess
does he
it's
have?
only 9 out there. Yeah.
Kids. He's got 2 kids.
Okay. How old are they?
Penelope. I probably shouldn't say his kids' names. She's 11, and then he's got yeah.
Cleaning up and editing.
Guys, do not stalk our families and stuff like that. So Phil McKnight told me a story where someone docked his kid's school.
Oh my god!
It's like so
some of these people are so free with the information and stuff like that. There's another podcast where one of the hosts posted a screenshot on. It wasn't on their Instagram; it was in their main feed, and it was it was a house address, and I just randomly Googled it.
Oh my
gosh! Just to see if it was a work address or something like that.
Yeah.
No, it was a fucking house address.
Oh god!
And it's it was a small podcast group, but still
I had somebody in a on Facebook in a group. Somebody wrote that they live in my neighborhood, and I was like, my neighborhood? How do you know what neighborhood I live in? Like, that's really strange. And I didn't get a response. So now I'm like, I don't know if somebody either saw me outside, taking the garbage out or checking the mail.
Hopefully, that's the good scenario.
Yeah. really freaked me out.
Have you public?
That's basically going, I know where you live.
Yeah, literally saying I know where you live. There's nobody my neighborhood because I don't talk about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I say Nashville, but Nashville's not a neighborhood.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I'll say St. Paul or Minneapolis, depending on what year I have lived in.
Yeah,
back and forth to each one.
I mean,
those are fairly big cities.
I've mentioned several times that I live in a town called Mira Mesa, but it's like it could be a city. Other places, there's like 80,000 people that live here.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And you,
I know where Mira Mesa is.
You got a guy who knows me.
An awkward silence.
I live in Lakeside, so.
I didn't even catch you said it, so I'm like, who was that?
One of us.
It was inside my head. I know where Mira Mesa is. Yeah. Why are you telling me?
Ryan, is that the address? I sold you the Bliss Factory. Is that the address you sent me to?
Yes.
Today or okay.
Now you know where I live.
Oh.
Sell that information, and that's something that makes me nervous too. Every time I sell something on Reverb,
UPS store. It's the way to go.
PO box.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was going to say PO box, but that Tom's is probably a better idea.
Yeah.
So UPS store lets you actually get more stuff delivered to it.
Right.
You just got to be careful on how you do it.
Hmm.
What's that? How do I have to be careful?
No, just like so like for my business, my business or my the authorized.net requires an actual physical home address. But so whenever I signed up, I used an old address that's associated with my name. And the rest of it is like True People Search and some of those other services. I've been able to wipe everything, and I went through and wiped everything for my wife. So for the most part, if I'm trying slightly above casual, I can't find out anything. But so long as I use one of those old addresses that can't really be linked.
Right.
I mean, if you can access like credit information and stuff like that, that's a totally different level. But like some creeper and stuff like that, it's
yeah. I mean, there's no perfect way to do it. If people really want to track me down, they could do it.
Right.
I mean, I remember I was looking up information on a band that I like, and I somehow accidentally found the address of the lead singer.
So now you're at his house, and
no, I was going to
hey, I really like your
far
music.
away. I'll stay far away from his home. I do not want to be like some of the other fans of this band and have a restraining order upon me.
Yeah, there's been an instance like that for me where like I just random. It's gonna sound odd. I'm just gonna say it, but like I've randomly Googled the address that came on the return item that I purchased, and it's like, dude, seriously, you put your fucking home address on there? Sorry, I think I killed your PG-13.
Oh no, I think we said
Happy
that earlier.
420.
Yeah. Oh my god.
All right, I gotta go.
We did it, lads.
Wait. He's going full screen.
How do I get?
Or not. There you go.
Not bad.
Here we go. It must have been that tuba bump, or your guys' numbers coming.
429. Damn.
Oh,
You did it.
we got the funny number.
The funny number.
Is that a Pelham Blue SG, Ryan?
Drugs. It's not. It's kind of Pelham. It's like some sort.
Or is that Inverness Green?
It's like sagey Pelham green. Like it's it's a refin that someone else did, and it's like faded and blotchy. So it's it's both.
Little column A, little column B.
Could I ask you about the finish on your Jaguar, Ryan? Is it you said it's a made in Japan? Is that a nitro finish on the candy out?
It's poly.
Oh, is it? Because I just started rubbing through the nitro on this guy, and it's like a bright orange as you rub through it, and it's really awesome. And I was wondering if yours is showing that on the same kind of spots or whatever.
No, mine's got that hard candy shell. It's got like some chunks out of it and stuff like that, but it'll never get that software. So,
gotcha.
Thanks for
hard candy. Hard candy shell.
Robot Master Switch wants us to talk about gear. Oops. Oh,
Okay.
That's tough
Got him,
here.
Lauren.
my wife said 420. What a loser.
Thank you.
Harsh.
Honey, you can come down and say hi if you want. She'd probably-
Yes, get her on the live.
Has she been on the show since the I'm having a baby?
Yeah, we did a Valentine's special.
Yeah, I
Maybe we
remember
should
that.
do it- Maybe we should do it again. That's coming up quick.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are
COVID
going to want to do
Valentine's.
nothing. So, yeah. Aw.
I'm actually I'm lined up to do some special content for Sweetwater on Valentine's Day. So
Nice.
How sweet.
it's very sweet. But yeah, that should be like I'm sure they've already figured out the play of that, like Sweetwater, Sweetheart,
Yeah, exactly.
Sweetheart Water. I don't know.
I don't recall anything in
I
years
like Sweetheart
past, though,
Water.
So
Anything in what?
I don't recall anything like from previous years. Either it's been maybe it just hasn't been that bad.
Sweethearts. You know,
I like Sweetheart Water,
yeah.
Sweetheart water.
even though that sounds like blood.
Mm.
Yeah, delicious vampire drink.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good thing right there. I want that Sweetheart Water.
So speaking of Sweetwater, I've had a Guitar Center rep now has called me like 4 times in the last 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like the same way that Sweetwater does it.
He
Yeah,
just wants to, get to know you.
yeah.
It's almost kind of creepy. It's because I bought
Yeah.
one of my Adam Jones Les Pauls through Guitar Center, and they get me, and it's like I've spent a lot of money through you guys, and I'm still recovering. Sorry.
I'll never financially recover from this.
I'll never financially recover.
Not the Tiger King reference.
Have you guys seen the meme GameStop related? He's like, I financially recovered.
Tiger King was a year ago.
Yeah.
Why
Oh,
Trump
my
didn't pardon
goodness.
him, I have no idea.
That was a year ago.
Can't believe that was even a real thing.
The only meme I've been doing lately is the it's music related, even the Bernie Sanders in the chair with them in.
Oh, hell
but
yeah.
But I've been putting them into classic album covers.
Nice.
So like is it Rumors by Fleetwood Mac where
Yeah.
so
on the chair.
he is the chair. So I just get rid of the chair and they're standing on Bernie.
Iconic.
My favorite was there was a Ben Folds 5 album, the one with Brick on it, but I turned it into the Burn Folds 5. He's one of the pictures. The one I did today
in the Kansas Miracle Out of Nowhere album.
Oh, yep. The one I did today was Huey Lewis Sports, and he's just sitting at the bar.
Yes, Loki! What's up? Loki in the chat.
I just want to say that I fully support Tuba Nation, like contributing to all of my video comments by just saying Tuba Nation for like no reason. Just interrupt and leave as many comments as you want as often as you want. I think that'll be hilarious.
When you were first saying that, it sounded like you had a gun to your head. I fully support Tuba Nation.
I fully support Tuba Nation.
You should do
Why are you
I'm only
so
Tuba
weird?
Tuesday tomorrow.
One nation under tube.
You're blinking SOS.
Oh my god.
I'm a little excited about the possibility of teenagers bullying me.
Look, like, do I like
They're
being
gonna
called a
dig in.
mom? Do I like being called a MILF? No. But, like, at the end of the
You're only
day, like,
28.
Zoomers are funny. Zoomers are just funny.
Right. Funny looking.
Like,
It feels like
Yeah,
when like
much
a
better
5-year-old
than that
like makes fun of your worst insecurity. It's great.
my Wi-Fi just broke up, and I don't know why the chat is so silent. I hope no one
I'm
else.
gonna go get water. I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
Ryan's like, bye.
Hey, you got to come prepared with beverages, man.
Ryan
Yeah,
told him off.
I didn't know
It's
this was
horse training,
happening. Or else I would have.
I'm empty.
I'd be far more drunk right now.
Wait,
Without Ryan, we apparently can't talk about anything.
Yeah.
Is everyone mostly a guitar player, or do we have any other instrument? Like what's your main instrument? I would say
Guitar.
Main instrument, my guitar. Beautiful, wonderful.
Drums and bass.
What kind of Strat is that?
Oh, okay.
It's
so the guy that makes
Highway 1
pedals is the guy that plays drums and bass.
Yeah,
I love it.
I toured as a drummer. That was my main gig for several years. But I love to play bass. I always play bass. Primarily, if I'm playing with through pedals, I'm using a bass a lot of times. Unless I'm testing a new pedal, then it's guitar. But I'm a drummer first and foremost. And the funny thing is, Jim Marshall from Marshall Amplification was a drummer.
Oh, that Jim Marshall.
There is the guy Crowther Audio that made the hot cake. He's a drummer. Tomcat Pedals from New York is a drummer. I'm a drummer. Jamie Stillman identifies as a drummer, even though he does play guitar in a lot of bands.
That's actually his gender.
He's a drummer first. Well, he calls himself a drummer. Like he was in a band called Drummer with I think there was 4 or 5 other dudes that were all drummers that made a band.
Nice.
We got a shot. Grant.
Yes.
Hello.
No, I am a mediocre guitarist at best. I'm a bass player, so.
But the thing about
actually, I mean, I'm a
is,
clarinetist. If I'm going to say what my best instrument is,
I'm a mediocre guitarist best, and guitar is my primary instrument.
the thing about being a drummer is you sit the closest to the amplifiers, right?
Yeah.
So how things sound really, really matters to you, and that kind of spiraled out into this crazy pedal thing.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
It just killed the vibe.
Yeah,
guys, sorry, Grant ruined it. Let's just wrap this up.
I'm actually trying to. If I'm like half distant, it's because I'm trying to copy and paste this link, and I'm going to put it in the private chat so they can see it a day early. Not right now, obviously. But
private chat.
Oh snap! Oh snap!
Ooh.
We all have
in the rumor.
We all have to react like this. I'm opening the link in a new window.
Yeah.
Yep.
Live reaction to this thing. Is it?
Yeah. Actually, I found this earlier too.
It's still loading for me.
Oh, you seen it already, Ryan.
Oh, there it is. Okay, you found that. Mega tricks. I have to do with this sound.
My internet is
relatively
something coming cool tomorrow at noon.
It's relatively easy to find on YouTube. I thought before you even put it in.
I have to mute my mic.
Yeah.
I can't believe there's 1,500 views on this.
So what happens when you have skills, man?
This was like
Watch
in the
out, Tony Hawk.
when I was starting to put on weight and get chunky from my fast food lifestyle.
I like the all white look
from that video yet.
Yeah, we
This
would always
like Spike Jones, Sonic Youth vibes.
we used to dress in all white for the band just because it was different. And
No, the all white thing creeps me out.
Yeah, it's got cult vibes.
I think it's cool.
No, well, yeah.
Orange.
I grew up Mormon, and
I'm not
and they do a lot of stuff in the all white.
Yeah, I got you.
Baptisms for the dead and all
we
that.
were just more like
Yep.
we were like ice cream man. We had like
I used to get dunked underwater like 10 times for dead people
in a row.
No,
It's
in a row.
Do you guys know the band Man Man?
No.
Man
Nope.
Man, like MAN.
I only know Man Boy.
Of course.
The Love Association.
Check out Man Man sometime. They also did the all white thing back in the day, but they're just insane.
My thinking with it is I just wanted, stages are always dark. I wanted to be like the boldest thing on stage. Like you could not see us, sort of thing. Yeah.
Is that
I
where
think
the
the Zoomer
sparkly
bands are
guitars come
doing it.
from?
Yeah. Zoomers are doing like sparkly makeup and stuff on stage. I think it's like the guitar.
I'm liking what I see because I like the picture of Man that's on their Wikipedia page is them in all purple cloaks.
Oh,
I can
nice.
definitely get behind that.
All right, I'm looking at.
Never forget to do a kick.
You had me at cloaks.
Yep.
Okay, I'm seeing it.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
God.
So the lead singer's name is Onus.
That's pretty cool.
Did they do a lot of the double word thing?
Yeah. Pow Pow was the drummer.
Do they have a song called Song Song?
I don't believe so. Maybe. I'm not sure.
They're missing out.
Jazz Diesel, Mature Kevin.
If
Brett
you do
Sweat.
joke in a band where like they all have like matching names, it's like here's Tom Tom, there's Greg, and then the last guy has to be like, my name is Kevin DeWalt.
Former members of Man Man. Or
Kevin Thornton the third.
A real
reason the band broke
Easy
up.
10 sack.
Where did I get the name Kevin DeWalt? I have no idea.
That's my uncle.
Did you
How
look
did
at
know
your
that?
drill?
I don't know.
They were an all dry surf band, and he wanted to use spring reverb.
Yeah, we got a DeWalt right there.
Nice.
I knew it.
Hey.
DeWalt. So here's a question, guys. My wife is watching in the other room, I think, because she made a few comments, or she just hears me yelling 69-420. Oh, there he is. Here comes my wife.
Yes.
Standing in the hallway, looking at me,
Uh-oh.
disapprovingly, holding.
Uh-oh.
I'm painting the scene. So, if you got up out of bed to do something like turn off a light or close a window or something like that, and your spouse, oh my gosh, the look I'm getting right now. If your spouse was like, "Oh, there he goes," would you feel like you were being teased a little bit?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all saying,
but that's the best part of marriage.
"Oh, there he goes."
There he goes, turning off the light.
Oh, there you go. Turning off the light.
There he goes.
You don't
Getting the
deserve that,
skillet
Ryan.
upside his head.
There he goes.
There
Don't close the window.
goes.
Tell your wife to come on the live.
I'm on
There he goes again.
She's checking herself in the mirror.
I've seen her pop up in videos like recommended. She's gorgeous. She does not need to worry.
It's like 10 pixels, honey. Just get over it.
Yeah.
I can't hear you guys because I have headphones on.
Here I am.
Hello, Ryan's wife.
Ah.
So pretty.
Hi.
Happy
Self conscious for what?
What wine are you drinking?
Now, what wine is that, honey? You remember?
Kangaroo wine.
It's kangaroo wine. That's a yellowtail.
Ah, that's a
Oh,
really
I
good
love
one.
yellowtail.
Yeah, we call it kangaroo wine. 'Cause-
Kangaroo
Australia's
wine's great.
finest.
I've been. By the way, camel
A
milk.
nice Perth pink.
I can't find.
blended red.
Supposedly, you guys said that camel milk is illegal, but I don't think that's. I mean, okay, I found you can buy it, but only by the case. And it's like $1,000. It's like $1,000, and I'm not spending $1,000 on camel milk just for a gag.
You're
No.
spending any amount of money on camel milk?
Wow.
I mean, there's a camel farm like in like one of the cities nearby here.
Just go milk a camel.
What?
I want to go
know.
to camel.
Straight to the bottle.
You said you're in
milk a
Nashville,
camel
right?
And send it to Ryan for me,
No.
please.
Completely random comment.
Well, he's talking about kangaroo wine. I'm thinking that reminds me of camel milk.
Grant,
Right.
you're the best.
Recap.
As part of a complete breakfast.
I just got Lauren headphones. So Grant, volleyed a couple things at us. First, he was saying that he found out that camel milk is illegal here for us, and we can't get camel milk. So then
Somebody
he
said that, but I don't think that's true. You can order it in big quantities.
But then you started talking about how you were ordered gallons of it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's like cases. You have to order a whole case.
I have to order a lot. I have to order
Yeah, that's
cases
a
of
lot.
camel milk to get the camel milk here.
Get a sample. You can't just see if you like it a little bit. You got to like really.
You got to commit to the camel milk.
Yeah.
Can you just have a pet camel? Like, could I go adopt a camel right now?
I would think so.
I don't think
it depends on your state.
Can you milk an alpaca?
I'm Peruvian.
Yeah.
I might have
There
the
you
gene
go.
in me.
The alpaca milking gene.
Yeah. My grandpa's from the mountains, guys.
Only specific people are born with it.
Yeah. We're short, stout, and we like to milk.
There's double
Moving on.
jointed and there's kin milk and alpaca.
Can we not do like this on a live? What the fuck is wrong with you?
That just means you're ready to fight. No.
Thank you.
Come on.
Ryan's new groove.
My wife wants to know if moose milk is a thing.
Probably.
I think so.
In Canada.
I've never
Yeah,
Yeah, that's just maple syrup.
That's just maple syrup.
To me, it sounds like a terrible euphemism.
The problem is that if you put moose milk into Google, fortunately, horrible things don't show up. But it's an alcohol. It's an
Incognito
alcoholic
window
drink.
all the way.
Oh, it's alcohol. Okay.
It's an alcoholic drink. It's
Thank God.
Wait, real moose milk.
That's the closest call you can ever have on Google, like searching for something like that.
Yes, exactly. No,
Oh yeah, it's real, and it looks horrible. It looks like yellow.
No,
Grant is
it
always
actually
like,
looks
"This is
fine to
real."
me.
Oh boy.
Does it say what it tastes like?
Oh, yeah. All it is no, it's a White Russian with some maple syrup in it.
No, like the actual smell.
I don't know.
Also known as elk milk.
Oh yeah, because they are technically the same animal. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but
In Montana, though. In Montana, it's elk milk.
it has been commercialized in Russia, Sweden, and Canada. So apparently,
we have elk in
Moving to Montana soon.
Elk. I want to see a moose before.
Be a moose milk tycoon.
My wife has the thing where she wants to find a zoo that has a moose, so she can see a moose in real life. They don't have moose.
Aren't they like terribly huge?
I'm sure that they have plenty in
It's in like
Minnesota.
Oregon or something like that.
Like you think of like a moose if you've never seen one before, and you're like, oh, it's like a big deer, but in reality, it's
I think of Rocky and Bullwinkle, personally.
a moose is like a short giraffe.
Moose is
I want to be overtaken by the majesty of seeing a moose. I want to see a moose. Right?
Yeah. If you ever come out to Minnesota, I'll make sure you see a moose.
That sounds like an invitation to me. We're on our way.
Go see a moose, get a Juicy Lucy.
Yep. Oh, yep. And I definitely know the best Juicy Lucy.
Lucy Goose with a moosey.
We should organize, figure out some sort of, like Southern California should figure out a trade, like a house trade situation with people who live in like snowy areas, and they come
Absolutely. Absolutely.
to go.
I'd love to visit a snowy area.
Know that we don't.
I'd love to get out of this snowy area.
Say that.
Oh, well, we already got the first situation.
Yep.
The first switch.
Although, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily like. I have like a bachelor house. It's not necessarily the best place to come to.
I mean, if you ever want to visit the desert,
Saying here, like, wow, they have a lot of toys, a lot of kids' toys around here.
Why is
I mean,
Oh, by the way, when we switch, we're leaving the kids.
Let's be real. Definitely.
Let's see.
You remember the
Oddly
Pepsi
enough,
challenge?
they both places smell like pizza rolls.
Let's see.
They're very well good.
You can be in it a little bit more.
Don't-
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, look.
Okay.
Chase her away.
I'm trying to find out if I can own a camel in Minnesota.
Thank you.
People
We're
have,
looking into this.
but I don't know if you need like a special camel license. Well, welcome to 60 Cycle Hum, the guitar.
At least it's not beards. That's why I wasn't joining earlier. I was like, I don't think they want my input on this.
Because we
Well,
don't
Right.
beards.
Sometimes
So
Yeah.
instead of Tiger King, it's Camel
mean-
King.
yeah.
I don't have a beard either.
Moss, thoughts on beards? Would you ever grow one?
Beard.
Can you grow one? No.
I can, but it doesn't look good.
There we go.
That's why I just
Oh.
Whoa.
Sick.
Wide.
Here's the story.
Pretty
Now
much
you can
mode.
see the part of my window.
I get to be Alice.
That might pick us both up. I don't know.
See, I would have gone with the more of the or Hollywood Squares motif instead of Brady Bunch.
Can we
you could
do
be
French up and
Paul
down?
Lynn in the middle.
I'll take big ear pedals for
What
the
is Lauren
block.
doing?
I'm just-
We're doing the rating watch thing. Like, hey.
Oh, okay.
We used to do gags where we like try to hand each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
Here you go.
Perfect. I think everyone just looks straight up.
I'm not used to cameras and the flipping of the x-axis or y-axis or one of those axes.
Why do they
No.
flip this way, but they don't flip this way?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, why don't we just have it upside down? That'd make
Yeah.
it more fun.
It seems so obvious.
It's 5G, guys. It's 5G.
Those metal zone
A
pedals.
lot. The government.
Aren't we all already upside down anyway?
I was watching a YouTube channel that had a video on 5G conspiracy theories, and the metal zone got brought up.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. And like not anything to do with music channel too, so it was great. I'm like, yeah.
Well, it's great to control you if you know how to EQ it.
Is guys, real quick, is 9,434 still a funny number, or is that not funny anymore?
It's a little funny, but if it were 69,435, that'd be hilarious.
You know what's funnier than
listen to
24? 25. It's funnier than 24.
I don't know. Why was any of it funny to begin with?
It's a number about sex and drugs. 69, 420.
69 is a sex number, 420 is a drug number. Haha, funny, right?
I had to put the kids to bed by myself because it was such an important number.
Oh, got him, Ryan.
And we have arrived at the point where now Ryan says, "Stay grounded." Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, everybody.
Lauren's the person who had a gun up to Ryan earlier talking about Tuba Nation. Lauren and Tuba are in cahoots.
I haven't fully explained to Tuba to Lauren yet.
Oh, God. Don't.
Oh, go
Lauren, do
ahead.
not let those teens see you. They
Go
will say
ahead.
things.
There's a new YouTuber on the block, and she's a young. Is she a teenager? I always assume she's like.
She's
like
18.
22. She's 18. She's a teenager. So imagine if my little sister Suzanne and the stuff that she likes. Imagine if that was a guitar channel.
Okay, I'm doing it.
She's doing it.
I can't imagine that.
Please continue.
No, it's like the personality is very different and very excited and weird. And okay. All right. Later.
It's like people watch Tuba's videos and they're like, I feel like I just watch a toddler on crack, but I learned a lot about guitar. So there's that. It's that kind of vibe.
That's exactly how I
my
felt.
bowling
when I-
name is Crack Baby because
That would be me
they
if I had a
thought that
guitar.
I looked like a baby falling down the stairs when I ate bowl.
She's 18 and she don't know what she wants.
There's some parody metal band that has, because there's a bunch of bands that have that like she's only 17, and so this one's just like she's 9.
Wow.
That's terrible.
Oh, we are so demonetized.
I have to delete this video.
I actually.
Well, it was fun while it lasted.
So I'm kind of out of touch in the whole there's a lot of guitar YouTube channels, and I just watch this old dude in his garage, so I'm not really sure who else is out there. But I didn't know who Tuba was.
I didn't know either.
Is it like the same kind of? It's like demos and like guitar reviews and like.
I mean,
lessons, but they're like reverse cerebral.
Yeah.
And I don't mean backwards cerebral. I mean like taking what you normally think of a lesson and like turned it inside out. Like
Yeah, it's like open D, like you're learning it from a very stoned person. Is like the vibe.
but like I feel like the way she explains things is like, oh yeah, that's what actually happens in my head when I go through that. It's like, oh, how to find any note on the guitar. Well, it's like, well, here's the G, and then you jump over 2 and 3. You put your finger over here, remember over here. And the way she explains it, like, yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Common core guitar.
Yeah, that video actually helped me a lot.
It's very succinct. Yeah.
Like, I've had her recommended, but I've never watched any of her stuff.
And she
Portion.
got chops. She can play.
Tuba, yeah, listen to Hollow Bastion. Like, if you guys haven't, it's Tuba's band. That is some good shoegaze, dream pop vibes.
Wait, I know where that like what her band is referencing.
You can go if you want.
Oh, Lauren feeling like she's held captive.
She's tapping out.
The Tuba channel has.
She tried to sneak out. She was like,
Seems Tuba also has a photo board.
Yeah. And Tuba also has many more followers than YouTube.
No, she's in the 80s now, right? She's got 80,000 something.
Yep, 83.2.
You guys are comparable.
It's a new
That
channel.
actually is in the same boat, I'd say.
Yeah. I think we're in the same neighborhood. I've promoted her to 2 different builders now, so hopefully,
Really? Yes.
hopefully something comes out of it. The person I told last night, I was like, if I was a gear company right now, I would be locking this down.
Absolutely.
Because this person.
It's weird how few videos she has, though.
Because she was a TikTok star when she was like a teen, I guess.
I got you. I haven't gone in that verse.
No, TikTok is insane. You have to be like, I think, like 13 to like really get it.
Yeah, I had TikTok on my phone for a week, and I was like, "This is not intended."
Madness. It's
Yeah,
madness.
but you have to use it
a
enough.
wonderful place.
You have to use it enough that they start to know who you are, and then they'll stop
Right.
showing you the shit you don't want to see.
Yeah.
But 40%, and I'm going to sound like a social media guy, but 40% of the U.S. TikTok users are over the age of 30.
Wait, 40?
Over the age of 30.
I feel like you looked up that stat because you were feeling awkward about it.
No, I was talking to a friend that does. I was talking to a friend that does that mixes music, and we were talking about him getting a TikTok just to show little like 15-second to a minute long tips of mixing, because I think that'd be a great place to do it. And he's like, "Oh, I'm too old for it." And so then I looked it up. I was like, "No."
Here's the crossover, guys. Here's what I need to do with Tuba. I do a video with her, like showing her something I know about doing YouTube stuff. And then she does a video like trying to get me to understand how to do TikTok.
Okay.
I'd watch that.
Obviously, we would all watch that. I will put this out there. I was going to mention this to you. Every time I talk to her about like gear, she's like, I don't know how anything works. I was like explaining single coils and humbuckers to her the other day. So if you just put a video of like, let's explain the basics. And then Tuba shows you how to play one of her songs, because she has like a couple videos that are like how to play one of my songs.
You can be your guitar dad.
That could be fun.
I'm perfectly okay with people like that, because just because you know how to program on a computer doesn't mean that you know how to make a motherboard. So like,
honestly,
it's a tool, and some people like learning about the tool itself, and sometimes people just want to use the tool.
Anytime I meet another guitarist and that person isn't gear crazy, first thought is like, oh, sick. And,
Yeah.
And the next thought
That's
is,
why you're better than me.
my next thought is like, oh, yeah, they're probably just an actual good musician.
or B or C, they have more money than you now.
They're actually playing their instrument instead of shopping for other instruments.
What is that? Why did that happen? Because like when I was a kid, I played for like, I don't know, 7 years or something. I had no idea what humbuckers and stuff were. But now that I'm older and I'm a guitarist again, like I can't stop buying shit. What is that?
I don't know. I mean, we all experience it to some degree. I'm sure.
I know we all do, but like I know the GAS, like gas, whatever. But like, what the hell? It's like I got one $20 pedal, and now
I spent an entire paycheck on like JHS pedals, like for the 3 Series line.
Yeah, of course you do.
I mean, I bought a $450 fuzz today. Whoa.
What?
What is it?
It's the Bliss Factory.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I bought in 2020. I bought 2 Adam Jones Les Pauls. I bought a double humbucker Stingray, a single humbucker Pink Stingray, a diesel VHX, the Bliss Factory I sold to Ryan, a Timeline. I spent way too much money in 2020.
I got a question for
I think
Grant.
we all went a little
You
crazy.
literally spent 15,000 on buying 2 of the same guitar.
The 12.
I'm very poor, so
I've been buying too many pedals. Like I bought myself a compressor. Who uses a compressor?
I
Me.
Okay, honestly, someone explain to me why I should buy a compressor pedal, please.
Your sounds.
See it.
The quickest way for me was like whenever you hear like any kind of electric band like playing, it's like everything is balanced. Like, how can I do that? And then you get a compressor, and it's like, oh, that's how you do that.
Okay, so it's
it
like for
sounds
gigging.
more good.
Yeah.
No, it's like I can't, and I can't. Obviously, I can't think of anything right now, so it doesn't help prove the point. But like, anytime you've heard any kind of clean sound, like "What's My Age Again" from Blink-182 or something like that, where all the notes are nice and level.
Yeah.
If you ever tried to play it before, like without a compressor, and your picking was off or whatever, and you just tried back and forth and couldn't get it quite right, and maybe I'm completely wrong and it's not compressed, but for stuff like that, that's for me. That's what gets it. Like
Okay. Middle school me is here now, and she's like, "Yes, talk more about Blink-182. I understand this now."
In my experience, it just makes things like more snappy,
Yes.
like single notes.
Well, now I have to buy another pedal, guys. I wanted someone to be like, "It's stupid."
Just get
don't
the new Keeley, the Compressor Plus or whatever it is, and be
Yeah, the Compressor Plus is really good.
I mean, if you want to be cheap, just get the 3 Series.
Okay, now that we're just nerding out about like pedals and stuff, I have a question.
What we're supposed to do on this.
Now that we're not talking about
2 hours and 21 minutes into it, it becomes a gear talk.
in Minecraft,
We're talking gear.
Episode, guys. We
I
did.
recommend the Dynacomp. It's a good compressor, but this does definitely color your tone a little bit. So it's good though. It does the thing.
it does a thing. Okay.
Compressor works great for electric 12.
Okay. Okay, I have a question really quickly. I have a $20 trem pedal that I found through this channel. I won't say which. I love the pedal, but it chops up the like floor noise really bad and just drives me insane. Is that a power source issue? Is that just like I need a new pedal?
Is it you're hearing it when the pedal's off?
No, when the pedal's on. I mean, I know it's gonna like do that to like the noise, but like, do I need like a noise gate, whatever?
Oh yeah, it sounds like because what's happening is you have the noise happening, and then the
don't
trem
mind the
stops.
noise. It's just the cutting up. Yeah, that the trem
Right.
does. That I'm
Because
like,
the
get me
trem's
out of here.
it sounds like it's the noise that is happening in your signal is this annoying.
How is it powered?
How is it powered? So I have a Nomad that I'm running. Okay. Also, so I'm running an Ocean's 11 on it, and then everything else is like actual like affordable pedals. Like, is my Ocean's 11 like taking up a lot of power on there?
No, the Nomad will be fine. The Nomad can kick out like 3,000 milliamps or something like that.
I don't know if I have it hooked up wrong. I have to charge it all the time.
It might be a thing with the digital pedal. Sometimes they don't talk with other pedals well. So
Okay.
So it might be the digital pedal because they're not isolated outputs. Sometimes it can be an issue if the Ocean's 11 isn't playing right with the other pedals that are probably analog if they're affordable pedals.
Okay. Yeah.
So
try that pedal on its own.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, try running it off of a one spot or something like that.
Got you.
Yeah, see if that causes if it gets rid of the noise issue that you're having, or you might just have regular noise that happens in a signal. So
Also,
I might just be moody.
also just try removing the Ocean's 11 pedal. Is that what it's called? Ocean's
I
11?
did. It was happening before the Ocean's 11 was on there. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you try like a different outlet in the house?
I feel like it happens on every outlet. I think I'm probably being finicky. is what's
It could
happening.
be like it could be like my house where nothing is grounded. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to buy a Furman to get anything kind of remotely close to decent.
Exactly.
I think
I need to do it.
Stand closer to the drums, and then you won't hear the noise at all.
Oh, okay.
I have a question. I have a question along these lines. So you said the Furman for power conditioning. Do you have to get one specific for amplifiers, or because like at work there's like just a regular power conditioner that I don't know really anything about. It's just there's my job sells just anything, like almost anything.
Is it a lead power conditioner or is it a rinse out power conditioner?
I have no idea.
Joke. Sorry, guys.
That took me way too long.
Yeah, I was taking you seriously at first, and then I realized you're a jacket.
Lead conditioner sounds like a real thing.
Yeah, actually, a power conditioner.
So I could be entirely wrong here, but from what I understand, clean power is clean power, because a buddy of mine used to run a guitar shop in a building that was set up to be like a Med Express type place, and it had whenever they bailed, they left all the medical grade power conditioning in there, and it was so good where people would actually come from hours away to mess around with stuff in there and record because the power was super clean.
I think I might have to steal the thing from work.
Shut up, Robo. Aww.
That was so fast, I didn't catch it.
I just want to say, like Lauren said, that she only had Moose stuff to contribute. That's what we want.
We need more Moose
content.
Absolutely,
Moose.
100% more Moose
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Next week for the Moose Cast.
I guess so much time for Moose talk.
Welcome to 60 Cycle Moose.
Have you ever used a brown box, Ryan, or anyone in this? You used a brown box?
I don't even know what it is.
So, like, the standard wall electricity in America, anyway, is just a little too hot for like vintage tube amps or the way those tube amps were designed and the electricity that they wanted to see.
Like
I want to say they wanted like 112.
Oh, they were 112 and we're at like 120 or so these days.
They want to see 114 or no more than that. So to have like a vintage Fender amp working, or any vintage amp, tube amp rather, working and sounding the way it's supposed to sound, they sell this thing called a brown box.
Isn't that just
it's like a step down kind of situation?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So like a power conditioner.
That's what Van Halen used on his Marshall.
The Variax thing.
Yeah.
But I'm interested. I want to try one and just hear and see, because I have vintage Fender amps. I'd like to hear like the difference.
I watched a video where people were shooting them out.
Yeah, I think it was Rick Beato.
Video or something.
Rick Beato and I think Pete Thorne also did a decent one on that.
Yeah, and like the difference, like it's not the sort of thing that's going to affect the way I interact with guitar.
The difference is there, but the amp has a bunch of knobs, so
yeah,
you can
turn it up a little bit more.
We're saying brown box and it's a Variac. If you type in just brown box Variac, the first thing that comes up is brown box is not a Variac.
So it's just like a Variac.
It cannot accidentally harm or destroy an amplifier. Actually, yeah. So, that's what it's doing. So it's made so it can't reach too high of a voltage, where Variac is very wide range.
I want to say that I don't want to invest in a product that can't destroy an amplifier.
Yeah, that doesn't sound rock and roll.
It sounds
60 cycle burn.
Here's a question: are really cheap power sources worth it?
No.
What do we think? No.
Glorified daisy chains, basically.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I use a daisy chain on my pedals.
I use a Joyo brick for most of my demo stuff. Most of the time I don't run into issues with it, but it's one of those things like when you do run into issues, you find out, then you need to go get an isolated. But it's like you're fine until you're not, sort of situation. And I got away for years without using a nicer power supply.
They're so cheap anymore, though.
Yeah,
they're getting down there. Yeah,
small they're getting too. Like some of the new power supplies are really sandwich thin.
I just saw Fender.
I got one that's like that one.
Did you see the Fender ones yet?
Yeah, it's like a Strymon, isn't it?
It looks basically exactly like a Strymon.
Yeah,
it's just a better looking color, I guess, in my opinion. I wear all black. I wear all black, so I like that. I was like, oh, sleek. There we go. That's nice.
Yeah.
I was using this crappy little $20 power supply I got off Amazon, and I was plugging in one of my pedals, and it sparked when I was plugging it in. And I was like, that's probably not a good thing. So I went and bought a real power supply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually, if the side of the barrel hits the casing, it can ground off on that. And sparks aren't uncommon, but you didn't hurt anything by getting a better supply.
Yeah, just
I use a Sonic Cake.
Oh, kitty.
Cat. Yeah, that is.
I approve.
Whoa.
No, and so I work at my job. We sell a bunch of just AC adapters, like random ones that I have no idea where they came from. But it is a very annoying thing to have to tell people that are trying to do, I want something for my pedal. None of ours work because they're just normal pedals. You have to have negative center, or else you are going to fry that thing. And I've had more than one person like, oh, I know more than you do. And I'm like, we are not responsible for the condition of your pedal after you have not listened to my advice.
Right.
It says 9 volt. This is 9 volt. Sure.
We are not responsible for your stupidity.
Right.
I have to explain this thing to people a lot, and I don't understand why people. It's like if you have a pedal board that has $1,000+ worth of pedals, you can get a used a Pedal Power Plus or whatever 2 for $120.
Yeah,
just buy one, man. You have $1,500 worth of delay pedals alone.
Right.
I don't understand using a one spot. I don't understand that. It's great to have as a backup. It's great if you're on tour, you need a backup, you have a one spot in your bag. That's great.
Yeah.
But
I like how you said $1,500 worth of delay pedals.
Yeah.
He's coming after the shoegaze crowd.
I mean,
look at the average pedal board nowadays.
See, I have a one spot that's the super high end one spot, which is an odd thing to say, but no, they somewhat recently, within the last year or two, started making isolated bricks and everything that are at a pretty good price.
Those are great.
Yeah, and so new, they're about 120. So and I've had no problem with them.
A power supply isn't as sexy as a pedal, though. When you think of you're get a pedal, you're like, now I can experience I can go to a new place sonically, and nobody wants to just spend that money on the power supply. It's now I'm probably safer.
I don't know. Those Voodoos are pretty sexy.
We need to spend money on infrastructure, people.
Yes, let's get back into politics.
So let's circle back to $1,500 in delay pedals. I've got a timeline and a volant. What else is there? Because that's not even halfway there.
I was just being
carbon
silly.
copy.
Isn't there a boss?
You got to start throwing vintage stuff in the mix. You got to get a tape echo in there, a real.
I want one, but I've got a lot of money on stupid shit.
The
still can't go there.
I want one of those old Roland Space Echoes.
I want to do one of those ones where people have taken just your average 80s cassette tapes and turned that into a tape echo.
Yeah. So when I was at JHS, I was filming delay pedals, and as I was going, Josh started remembering delay pedals he wanted me to try in the video, so he just walk up and throw something on the table, here, try this, here, try this, and then at one point he takes all the pedals away and he drops a real Space Echo. No, it wasn't a Space. It was
It was
one of the real tape. Right in front, he drops it in front of me. I was like, "Oh, okay, so I got to do the whole thing."
Yeah.
now.
What was it like to see his collect? Like you see most of the collection, right?
It's
when you go.
It's overwhelming to be in the room, and what's crazy is I thought of things. I was like, "Hey, do you have this?" And he didn't have that. And I don't.
How did he respond emotionally to that?
How is he going to survive?
He's not.
How?
I don't understand how it's possible for him to have so many. And then when you sit there and think about it, like, wow, this probably isn't even close to, like 5% of all pedals ever made. Like, there's so many. It's ridiculous.
Well, there's been an explosion in the past 10 years too.
Yeah. Like I asked him if he had a Hardwire Supernatural. And he thought about it for a second. He's like, no, I don't have one of those. And like he's walking down his aisle looking for more stuff. I was like, it's bothering you, isn't it?
Well, you're one of the rare people that can probably look him in the eye. He's taller than you, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got a couple inches on me. He's
yeah.
He's like 6'7" or something like that, and I'm 6'3".
It's just weird. It's so weird to like. He doesn't look that tall,
but he looks honestly a little short.
Yeah.
So he's proportional, He's not
exactly
lanky. He's the right size for all his parts.
Once again, just weird content. Weird content on this channel. Just like someone tuning in right now is like, we're evaluating the guy from JHS Pedals' body.
On the guitar
what kind of Army Hammer shit?
Normally you pay extra for that.
Ooh.
You know the effects database? You know what the effects database is?
Yeah.
So I was trying to, when you said that there's pedals he doesn't have, because I know he has a couple thousand, I think 3,000 some pedals or so. Last I've seen him reference that number. If you go to the effects database Facebook, it says a database of over 25,000 guitar effects pedals from 4,000 brands.
Wow.
At least on record, 25,000, and that's from brands that have a name on the pedal. I mean, think about all the other, underground builders.
Are they counting like store brand?
Everything from like some guy in his basement or some girl in her basement making pedals and writing on them with a Sharpie. If they sell under a brand name,
right,
they would be included. And he puts up every week new brands every week.
Well, what I'm asking is, are like to
like Moore to like.
Yeah, exactly. Like
it's everything.
The one that is exactly the same, but just with a different label on it.
Probably.
But does it cover all the platforms or mainly the American?
No, all around the world. He's got pedals from all around the world on there. So it's 25,000 pedals.
Isn't he in Denmark or something like that?
I think so. Yeah.
Does he have a little pedal that sings?
He doesn't own 25,000 pedals. He just documents them and keeps a list of them and what they are. So if you want to Google it, if you find it at
it's like Wikipedia for pedals.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
But he does have a massive collection though too.
Yeah, I bet.
All of weird stuff. Like Josh has a lot more modern stuff, obviously weird stuff too. But Bart from
what Josh does is Josh amasses entire collections. Like he'll get every Arion pedal. Came out in a series. Like he's a completionist. Like so he's not shotgunning and getting like one thing from 15 different brands. Like he wants to get all the Ibanez 10 series or whatever.
Drive the value up and then sell.
Exactly. It's a big grift.
So Ryan, I've got to ask you because I've seen it watching his weekly pedal review, information dump, whatever. And when the band starts going into the jam or whatever, and they flip over there to the drummer, and I can't help but see right over his shoulder, there's all those big air pedals, and I see Albie, and I see Loaf, and I see Betty White, and I'm like, okay, has he got them all?
No, he doesn't.
Oh.
We used to make a bunch of other pedals that we don't make anymore, so he doesn't have any of those, I don't think.
Yeah.
And then he has a Frank, but it's green. So I don't know where he got that. I'm obviously we made one for a giveaway that we did, and I think we might have made and sold one other one. But I think he has the one from the giveaway winner. So whoever won it, I think sold it to Josh. But he doesn't have a regular looking Frank. He doesn't have a Chaka. He doesn't have a more. There's a bunch
Just
of them.
send those.
Wow.
Just send those to him if you have them.
I don't make them.
Doesn't have a
I don't
leather
have them. I've been buying them myself. I've actually bought some of my own pedals off Reverb because I'm trying to amass a collection of everything we've ever done.
Hmm.
And there's still one more that I have to buy, and I'm just annoyed because it's a buffer, and so I have to.
Pay way too much for
Yeah, I have to
it.
pay like $85 for a buffer.
Buffer. I could
Make
just
another one.
Just make another one.
But it says Big Ear NYC on it, so it was from back in those days, and
Yeah.
so
Oh.
I'd have to make another enclosure, and I don't want to jump through hoops. I'd rather just it's $85.
But then it wouldn't be real either.
and it wouldn't be real. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can respect that.
And we did a white woodcutter run in like 2017, and I had one of them, and I gave it to Tomcat Pedals as a gift because he gave me his Tone Mob limited edition Tone Mob green muffer
That is amazing.
And so
Yeah.
as a thank you, I sent him this white woodcutter, and now I'm like, man, I wish I had made an extra one of those. So I'm constantly looking for a white woodcutter. So someone someday will put one on Reverb, and I will buy it.
I feel like it's kind of silly that more brands don't get on the just constant color variation thing. Like that's like a huge part of the fandom behind 1981 is that every run of it is a different color combination and stuff like that. Like and Walrus has it figured out. Like the limited art runs, they sell those really easily.
The board on this though, the board is absolutely
Beautiful.
amazing.
Yeah, the part selection, everything.
Yeah, Tomcat stuff is awesome.
Yeah, we never did it like special, like now they're going to be just purple, but there's dozens of colors of loafs out there. Because I was okay with making that one different colors, but the woodcutter I always wanted to keep black because it was based on the rat, and it has to be it's an homage. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to keep.
I've heard though the leather Muppet is bright green base.
Yeah.
Not the leather Muppet.
So
it's so gross when you think about it. A leather Muppet.
Oh yeah,
Ew.
just disgusting.
Musty and
Nice
like
and sweaty.
That is a Simpsons
smells like a
reference,
green room.
But the reason, not to, it's probably sounded like I contradicted myself because I'm looking for a white woodcutter, and then I said we only wanted to make it in black. But that's because they released a white rat a couple years ago, and that's why I was like, now it's okay. I can make a white woodcutter.
Yeah.
And now they've made a red one,
Wow.
and now they've made a red rat and a yellow rat, which is really ugly looking. But I'm still gonna buy one.
I kind of want the yellow rat.
Holy shit!
Munson Labs, that's a dummy thick cat you got over there, just like showing off her like dump truck ass.
I don't know when this pedal was released. I never looked at the back plate.
What's it say?
Hey, there's
I can't read.
switches in
Some
here.
switches.
Yeah, one of the youngins has to read this for us.
Yeah. Hey, there's some
So-
switches in here that sound a bit Wow, that is weird sentence.
Hey, there's some switches in here that change the sound a bit. One switch can cut the second pair of diodes for more volume, and the other switch adds more mid-range.
I thought that said ditties.
So you just learned a trick about your pedal because of this.
I never knew
conversation.
that.
It's amazing.
That's wild.
You should open all your pedals.
I have. I just never looked at the lid.
I'm always afraid to. I feel like I'm gonna break it.
No.
Some pedals you will, but
when
the
I-
good
when
ones
I-
no.
When I first started making pedals, I was super afraid of everything. Like I was like, well, I can't bend a wire too many times. And like, what if the solder breaks? Because I always, growing up, gear breaks, and then you have to fix it, and then you think like it's so fragile. And then somebody told me, it's like, dude, it's metal. You're connecting it with molten metal, and it's fine. So I didn't have to be so baby. I didn't have to baby it so much after that. And then
Right, but have you met people?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Wait, when you put it like that, I'm just gonna throw mine off a cliff now. We'll survive.
I think it's crazy. I don't understand how people just like casually get into pedal making.
Throw it off a bridge.
I just started. That was my COVID starting
Nice.
hobby. I've got let's see, I've done them bass fuzz, a
Hell yeah.
just regular guitar fuzz, but I wanted to make it on like not stripboard, perf board, but to make it like only like that big. So I got it as small as I could.
Made it really hard on yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's part of the goal. And then tremolo. Though I can't remember who.
Did you put a volume knob on it?
Yeah, there's a volume. It's like a 6-knob tremolo. It is wild because it does stuff that almost any other tremolo I've seen, either commercially or not, can do. I didn't. This was from a kit. I can't. I think it's Aion, AION.
Oh yeah.
Yep. They have the somebody made the tremulous loon, and this was their. But they stopped making it, so they made the board for it. It's the best tremolo I've ever had.
Damn.
And then let's see. I'm trying to think. I've got my own thing for a tremolo that I still have to. I'm trying to find the right motor for it. So that should tell you how weird this is going to be.
That's
awesome. Right, motor for it. Is it going to be like one of those? Was it D. Armin tremolos with the inside of it?
With what?
The shake weight inside of it.
Oh no! No, but it's going to be. I can't remember what company does it. Somebody's made one that's similar, but yeah, that. But instead of it just being like a fidget spinner, it's gonna have a disc that has 2 different tones of color, of like white, black, and white, and as it spins, the optic sensor will pick it up.
Right.
So like a rotary tremolo.
What so
like
what you can do then is you can because it's going to be just with CDs. CDs are going to be the disc, so you print off and you can put any weird design on it, and it'll be you'll be able to do any weird kind of thing that you want to. You just have to change the sound. You have to switch the disc.
Guys, I'm in the presence of a maverick. This is amazing. I will buy this pedal.
This is how,
that sounds awesome.
This is how you start your own company. This is exactly what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So once I get it up and running, I'll have to show you guys how like I'm not I'll have to get my graphic designer friends to help me with the rest of it, because I
was gonna ask Grant if you've ever seen this mod. It's called Diecast Electronics on this Rat pedal. Are you familiar with them?
No.
I got this from my guitar tech. It's called Diecast Electronics, and you go to the website, and it's not like a functioning website anymore. It looks like it was abandoned in the 90s or something. And it's got like a purple LED replacement, and that's like his tagline. It's the one with the purple LED is his little like tagline.
So cute.
And it has these 2 switches that like increase the amount of filter or increase the amount of like distortion on. It's rad. I mean, it sounds awesome, and I demoed it. I just wondered if you'd ever come across another one of those, because I can't find any information on this thing.
Now I'm jealous. I want one of every Rat ever made, as well as every clone. I'm at like 30 now. So
can you really tell the differences, or are you just like collecting pedals?
Oh, I love them, but there's a bunch of differences. I mean, some, especially the ones that are the mods or that are like interpretations of the pedal. People specifically change it to make it different. The way they want to hear it. Okay. You don't hear a difference from every like big box Rat necessarily.
Okay.
But with component drift, sometimes one will just kind of be a little sweeter, or just a little heavier, a little more chunky. I don't know.
Got you.
Like leather Muppet with extra gain.
Yeah. What's funny? I have
I'll make you a leather Muppet pedal. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'll make it.
I have an animal
actually put leather on it too.
The more I imagine a leather Muppet, the more I it's just a horror concept. It's so terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know what leather animal is even in reference to, but is it like Animal the drummer? Is that what you're talking about? Like the Muppet
so on The Simpsons, there was a point when they were talking about Troy McClure, and Troy McClure was in a bad Muppet movie, like a fictional bad Muppet movie, and so they're like, "Why is there a leather Muppet there?" No, son, that's Troy McClure. He's
it's the Simpsons joke.
Yes.
Okay.
My brain is pretty much filled with Simpsons and They Might Be Giants references.
I love They Might Be Giants.
I'm
my
quite
God.
enamored myself. Actually, here, I'll show you how enamored I am.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is
Dylan's got the merch.
this is
what's
a
happening?
blanket that has all of
Look at that.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
wow.
So I forget his name.
OnlyFans page.
I forget his name, which makes me feel awful. But the guitarist from They Might Be Giants,
Flansburgh, John Flansburgh.
He's a listener of the podcast.
Really?
Oh, nice.
He might be watching right now. Who knows? But he actually sent us a They Might Be Giants song to play at the end of an episode.
Wow.
Blew my mind right out the head.
That's awesome.
If I could have any guitar in the world, I would have the Chessmaster. Which it's this very odd, very boxy guitar. But I would kill for one. I would love a Chessmaster bass. But
Can we talk about what an amazing song
That
Anna?
thing
I
is
Might Be Giants.
wild. Wow.
yeah, the Chessmaster.
I'm seeing one that has a half, like a circle pickguard.
Let me see.
It doesn't seem that his has a pickguard, but there's one with a picture of a cat that has a half circle pickguard that is
Dear
just
nerds. I'm trying to talk about actual
ridiculous. I don't know if this will even come out.
Let me see what's on the internet. Yeah, because his doesn't have a pickguard. Oh, I see the one you're seeing. That must be.
Crap, dude.
But yeah, I want that guitar. Somebody made it so the original one. There's a voltage dial that didn't do anything.
Oh,
He just wanted to put like something funny on it. Then somebody made a reissue and made the voltage dial actually work.
Nice.
Hey,
awesome.
Ryan, have you or are you going to demo that new modular fuzz? I don't remember who the brand is that came out with it, but it's like you open it up and you've got like 5 little different circuit boards that you can pop in and pop out.
Yeah, it's a Jackson Audio.
That's Jackson
Thank
Audio.
you.
I've never had any contact with them. I'll have to look into it. I'm actually on the edge of being swamped right now with so much stuff coming out around what would have been NAMM time.
Yeah.
But I'll write a note of that and I'll look them up and see if they're contactable.
I was going to say I saw Andy demo it a couple of weeks ago, and I saw that and I was like, "Wow, Ryan would be interested in this."
I just got hit up by Game Changer. They're going to send me their light powered spring.
The
reverb.
plasma fuzz.
I already have the plasma fuzz.
Oh.
They have a spring reverb. I filmed it at NAMM last year, but it was very prototypey. So I'm interested to see how they've updated it. But it's a spring reverb where the spring is sensed via optical sensors with lasers and stuff like that. So
I remember that one.
But I'm excited to check it out again.
Yeah, it sounds like I need to hear it.
You need the Glamour Shots background for your demo video.
I've got the Earthquaker Astral Destiny thing, and
Hell yeah.
need to unbox that thing and have some fun with it. I forget what else I've got. Oh, I've got all the D'Angelico stuff. I got a D'Angelico guitar and the Supro amp and some pedals.
What guitar did it give you?
Let me grab it real quick.
All right. Unboxing.
What do we secretly think about Ryan?
I
mean,
not enough.
He's a nice man.
So I'm not filming an unboxing with it.
Far too pink.
I'm doing a real demo with it. So I already.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Isn't that cute?
I've always been kind of on the fence with the weird swirls that they put on their solid bodies, but
It kind of works there though.
There's
kind
something
of, kind of Prince-like.
being this kind of like champagne gold, and the pickguard being pearloid. It's just kind of
it's really cute.
It's like a travel guitar.
Are they speed knobs?
It's still really flamboyant, but it's fun. It's not gaudy, you know.
It
They're
needs
not.
it needs the other Les Paul knobs.
Yeah. These knobs are to do the pulls here. They're actually really hard to grip. That's my only real complaint about the guitar so far, is that you really have to.
Okay, yeah.
Karate grip them to pull them, because they're matte finish, and they're kind of like too smooth to really pull.
So you plugged it in already?
Yeah. The guitar plays like stupid fast. I think it's too fast for me.
They've always seemed kind of like I don't know, just clunky, junky, or whatever. But the Bob Weir signature they did a couple years ago really got me interested in him, and they've had him in a few guitar centers I've been to, and they've always been better than I've ever thought. But
yeah. Well, my buddy at Pitbull Audio, who does the setups there, they set up all the guitars that they sell before they ship them out. They're like an online service. He said every D'Angelico guitar that comes through, like, they don't have to do anything. They're set up perfectly, which is really rare. Like, a lot of companies send out stuff from the factory to the warehouses that is nowhere near set up. And so it's interesting to hear that they do such a good job on them. I think it's this one's a Korean build. I don't know if they have any US ones. I'm assuming they do. But it's very in line with, kind of higher end Korean builds that I've experienced over the years.
What's that guy run, like $600-700, $800?
I forget the price. I think it's over $1,000.
It looks so tiny.
It is the Deluxe Brighton.
Ryan's just a big man.
Was that a full scale guitar?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me look this.
It kind of has like a Travis Beam kind of look, like with the cutaways, but with that pickguard on it, it's totally not like Doom anymore.
Right.
Kind of like an old original Bigsby guitar. It had those little
These are
swirls on the pickguard.
Yeah, it does have the Bigsby thing going on. They're themed after. It was the original brand was a guy who was building like low number boutique, like jazz box style guitars in like the 30s or the 40s or something like that. It's a big name, and someone bought the name and revitalized the whole branding. So he had all sorts of big swirly things on his jazz boxes. So they carry that over to the electrics, I suppose.
Does that have a German carve?
No, I wish. Oh man, I'd be. No, it's got like this like 5-line binding all the way around.
Okay.
They try to put like high detail stuff into these every chance they get. Like the headstock is like craziest headstock in the game. Earwig thing up here.
Weird.
Yeah, that is a very well. We were talking about headstocks where you can't go many places with them, and
right.
Apparently he can.
Yeah. But it's an old design, like it's from the 30s or the 40s or something like that.
Yeah,
metal thing in the middle, like.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
I could do without that.
It's an extra strap button.
Is that where you adjust the truss rod right there?
Yeah.
No, that's where you put your cigarette.
But you pull it.
That's why I bet you could.
No, you sure? You actually unscrew this a bit, pull it out, and you check the levels of your tone fluid, and if they need to be.
Oh yeah, you got to keep that tone fluid full all the time.
Yeah. You don't want it to run dry on you.
No.
That's why my guitar sounds so bad. Oh.
Well, it'll start to sound really good for a while, and then it'll sound really bad, and then you're out of luck.
Yeah, when it starts sounding muddy, that's when you got to really start watching it.
It's too viscous at that point.
Can you imagine if tone oil was actually a thing, like the things people would pay to get the right?
Isn't there that one pedal that is like, oh yeah, the perfect tone, but it like does nothing?
Yeah.
For April Fool's up here.
Yeah, the one where it's like it's the cable, it's the wire from Jimi Hendrix's board or something like that.
Oh wow.
That was the secret ingredient, that section of wire. You know what? You know what? If that does it for you, if that gives you your creative juice to know that you're running through.
It's like literally just a piece of wire this big. That's the only thing it is. Nothing else in it.
No, Ryan, I guess you're right. It's the same as like buying like a Kurt Cobain signature guitar, right? It's like you can hope, but that's it.
Well, guys, we're at 3 hours. I think I'm gonna.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's been a super
Probably a good idea, especially for my roommates.
Yeah, I guess the
From
next
the East Coast.
we have to figure out the next big number thing to celebrate. But this was the doozy. Like we're not going to hit 69,420 ever again. So,
But the next one has to be boobs.
Boobs. That's right. That is in
Yes.
80,000 and
80,085.
Yeah,
80,085.
That is going to be a fun thumbnail.
You can not have an all-male panel for that live.
No.
Actually, it should be Ryan, Steve, and then all women.
You get all the ladies.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Was it like Emily and then
you?
Me.
Anthony, Tuba, Mary Spender, I can't remember her name. But
That's it.
Lavina.
Literally, if you want to do that, I'm so down. That sounds so fun.
I could get
Amanda Coombs.
Yeah, I bet we could get She Shreds behind it.
Let's do it.
I think that's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea.
So-
Hopefully, I remember it when we get close to that.
I'll try to remind you.
For 420,000, you have to have Cheech and Chong on.
Oh yes.
The Cheech and Chong.
I think
I hit that number, they'll probably both be dead. So
Isn't one of them
make
dead
that like
already?
a Patreon tier.
did one of them?
I think they're both alive.
Yeah, they're both alive.
Both alive.
I'm pretty
Thank
sure they're
God.
just really old.
Yeah.
Could you get someone from They Might Be Giants on the podcast? That would be sick as hell.
Oh.
I would have tuned into that even if I hated it.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we could get Jen Margera on from Evanescence. She's a friend of the show.
Oh yeah, Henning knows her.
Yeah, I wonder if I could get Nita to come on too.
Oh, Ryan, you should. Have you heard of Charlie Bliss? They've like guested on like Emily's.
No.
Before. They're my favorite band ever. You should absolutely get Eva. She's the singer from Charlie Bliss and a guitarist, famous Mustang fan. You should get her on there.
So my pitch for this is going to be hitting up various different.
Hey, ladies!
Hey, guys, to celebrate my subscriber count staying boobs, you want to come on?
Hear me out.
Which we would charge of this.
I think
I want to rethink this pitch a little bit.
No, the women that you would want on the show would find it funny.
Right.
Sure.
What I got to do is I got to start with the women in my life that get it and would want to do it. And like,
Yeah.
feel free to extend the invitation to other.
You know, a fellow boob owner.
Well, I'm a boob owner, but not by any plan that I really want.
I keep my boobs in the closet.
But
Well, we'll end
I'm
this.
more of an A cup, but still.
We'll
Okay.
end this.
We're getting cut.
Okay,
Getting
we've
cut.
reached the end.
Thanks, everyone. This has been a blast.
Bye, guys.
To my
I
wife,
had a great time.
so I
See ya.
could come in and do this dumb thing. And you know what? Stay grounded. Bye,
See you
everybody.
guys. Bye.
Bye.